What's going on, people? I go by the name of J.F.K.
I go by the name of James Jackson.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us Sunday night. Let's get to it. The
Let's
text
do it.
messages. Yes. Yes, indeed.
But they really credit you with bringing out the government part of the corruption.
Well, you know, we expect our criminals to commit crimes. That's what criminals do. We don't expect that from our law enforcement.
Never visit Massachusetts based on this case?
Exactly, because you would go there as a visitor and leave as a felon or something.
You know, we expect our criminals to commit crimes. That's what criminals do. We don't expect that from our law enforcement.
Never visit Massachusetts based on this case?
Exactly, because you would go there as a visitor and leave as a felon or something.
Prosecute them and convict them, but they really credit you with bringing out the government part of the corruption.
Well, you know, we expect our criminals to commit crimes. That's what criminals do. We don't expect that from our law enforcement.
Never visit Massachusetts based on this case?
Exactly, because you would go there as a visitor and leave as a felon or something.
What's going on, people? What's going on? How we feeling? How we feeling? How we feeling? I'm trying to find something right now. It's driving me crazy. What's up, Arkansas Peaches? Finally got to see you live. Running pretty low tonight. We don't got much people in the house on a Sunday. Everybody must be sleeping. 40 people in the house. Okay, that's better than nothing. How we doing, James? How you feeling? How was your weekend, my brother?
It was good, man. It was quiet, you know. Sunday, football, walking
Right.
the dog, looking
Yeah.
up on, looking into a little bit about this case. How about you?
It's been all right. Had a hurricane, had to survive that.
Hmm.
Now there's a big explosion over here where I'm at a plant at this plant place. So there's chemicals in the air and all this traffic's getting diverted. It's pretty insane. Google that Georgia fire. It's an explosion at this chemical plant. So it's like it just gets better and better, where I'm at.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm looking through some stuff, but yeah, you guys could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. And how we doing? Hello, sweet boy. Okay. Hello to you, I guess. JFK and James, my two favorite people. Well, I appreciate
Jen,
that, Linda. Linda, appreciate
Jen
that.
Fox. Hello, JFK and James.
Have you caught anybody else's lives? The Glera, Young Jerks. It's been a lot of stuff popping through the internet lately, huh?
Yeah, I really haven't. I caught yesterday something with the end of Turtle Boy. His life.
Oh yeah, what you see there?
Basically just him talking weird. I don't know what happened prior to that. It was just like speaking with a accent or something, reading a script. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what he was doing. Looked like he was trying out for like a movie scene or something.
Oh yeah. I think I seen a clip of that. He was talking like the state trooper there. The state trooper's from a different country or something like that. I don't know. So maybe he
Oh,
was
so he's
talking like him.
mocking the way he talks. That's what he was doing. Really?
I think so. I mean, I just seen a clip on Twitter. The people take little screen shares and go in on him.
Yeah.
Just him
And that's the
talking weird.
thing. Yeah, talking weird. It was just
Damn, Glera had me up until 3:30 this morning doing a live show. Wow. What was he talking about? I think he was talking. I think that I seen. I'm a member to. I am a member to the Glera, so I think in my email, I think it was something about Turtle Boy's case, right? I seen that through my email, so it was something like that, right? Yeah. So that's a hot take, huh? Snake bit and read between the lines. Thanks, Shauna. I appreciate that. Um,
Yo, Jay, so reset. I bet James would be a good son-in-law. Too bad my girl is a liberal. That's all right. You know, me and JFK,
hello from
we tend
Germany. Go ahead, James. I'm sorry, I was
we
reading
tend to
something.
change others' minds. I mean, we got Jeff to convert, to being a believer.
Yeah, absolutely, we did. Hello from Germany. Hands yellow, hot red. Absolutely. You know how we do it. Um, yeah. So there's a lot of hot takes out there. I take it, huh? That's what's going on. I don't know exactly.
Oh,
I
he's from
guess. I
Ukraine.
I guess. Oh, from the Ukraine. So I guess Turtle Boy went to court and they found some evidence to help his case. So they were talking about that. And I guess the Glare was just down in Boston. The Glare is wearing a Boston hat now, huh? You seen that?
Yeah, I seen him wearing the Boston hat with the town shirt.
Yeah.
He's rocking Slain on his shirt.
I wonder if he even knows who Slain is.
I was just gonna say that next. I wonder if he even knows who Slain is.
Shout shout out Slain, my man. He's in the new Joker movie coming out. He was in the movie
Shoutouts.
The Town. He's in a whole bunch of movies now, man. At this point, Gone Baby Gone. He's been in a lot of Netflix series, did a lot of voiceover. Shout out Slain. Um, he's actually real active in recovery. Real good hands-on dude. You would never know it. Did a lot of amazing things. So shout out Slain. He's a high pot kid. Wow.
Yeah,
These
someone
people are
said
driving.
No hot takes, just facts. Turtle Boy got set up, and it's all public now. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
unfortunately. I mean, did he get set up though? Because I guess he did. But I mean, did he bring? You know, I don't.
Slane's my people, as you know. Did he what? What were you saying now, buddy? I don't think he should have got arrested for anything, but he definitely was playing with fire, and I think he knows that. You know what I
Yeah, I
mean?
think he. Yeah, that's always
I
been
mean,
his.
anytime, you're seeking the truth in a murder case with
Yep.
witnesses and going against the police, you're playing with fire. It just is what it is, and unfortunately, he had to go to jail. I don't agree with that. I think they could
Well,
have. I think they could have
man, I
talked
give
to him
him.
and said,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, I think they could have pulled him to the side and maybe had a conversation with him or something. But damn, man, indicting him and shit. Come on, that's crazy.
Indicted. Turtle Boy probably never even had a case in the first case he gets indicted.
It's a big deal, man. He's looking at some time too, man.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, and he's not stopping. So, and I'm sure they want the last laugh, but he
No. And
he's got a good he's got good lawyers, so he'll be all right. You know what I mean? First Amendment rights, yeah. First Amendment rights. But we got to be clear though. There's been a lot of takes from a lot of people. And our main take is here on the JFK JJ James Jackson. Right now, we're at the Hank Brennan stage. Right, we got a new prosecutor, and we got to say, excuse me, we got to think that what is Hank Brennan gonna say when he goes through all the evidence? And the first person, you know, he's gonna look at is the defendant, right? He's gonna look at the person they charge. I would assume so. And there's been a lot of inconsistencies in her story and things like that. And I wonder if he's going to want to get down to the bottom of that. I wonder if that's like something that he wants to do. We all know, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. We all know Karen Reed didn't kill John O'Keefe. We all know that. But Hank Brennan, aka Beetlejuice, 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 he's he's working for the family right now, right? And he's speaking for the family. So the family's very adamant that she did it. So he's going to try to figure out why they think that and if there's a spin to it. I say this many times before. Hank
mhm.
Brennan, he was Whitey Bulger's lawyer. He wanted the truth for Whitey Bulger. He just wants the truth, right? And just try to make all the victims in this case, R.I.P. John O'Keefe. I don't think we say that not enough. I think that, that does get lost. Some people will say, nah, that doesn't get lost. We want justice for John O'Keefe. I mean, come on, we got to keep it 100. John O'Keefe, definitely 100%. He's in the ground right now. He doesn't have a chance to go live. He doesn't have a chance to speak his mind. He doesn't have a chance to forgive anybody, give anybody passes. And I think that's the take that Hank Brennan's gonna, he's gonna be. That's what he's gonna the stance he's gonna take, should I say, because that's what he does, right? He's a defense lawyer at the end of the day, and he's out to seek the truth. And that's what I think he's going to do. So he's going to start with Karen, I would assume. I don't think he's going to go the other way around. I mean, because he started the conversation with, I'm going to give Karen Reed a fair trial. And that's great. But he's going to start there. And if he's going to charge them, these people, which I really do think he will, I think he's going to want to hear everything from Karen's side, which leads me to disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Don't unsubscribe, please. We don't think Karen Reed's guilty, but there was a lot of different things, these text messages, alleged text messages, things like that. What's he gonna think about it? What do you got to say, JJ?
I think he's gonna dissect the shit out of this, and he's gonna. Were you gonna say something? I'm sorry.
Nah,
Oh yeah,
sure.
no. I think he's just gonna go in. He's gonna dissect it. Like you said, I think he's gonna go for the family justice first and see why. Because you got to think about it like this, people. If you lost a loved one, right, you would want justice and you would work with the police. So if you had it wrong, the police would think, why do these people think something else? So someone, like, look at, here we are. Someone's mind's going to be overthinking stuff. Hank Brennan, professional that he is, he's going to just make everything, um, he's going to dissect it, to say the least. That's the way I look at it. I'm going to use that word, dissect. And that's what Hank Brennan's going to do. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, let's take some comments. Brandon working on the case as we speak. Brennan, yes, he is. Possible, this may lead to him finding the truth and charging who involved. I definitely think so. Now, I said in one podcast, I was on a podcast, and I usually don't like freestyling off the top of my head and just having a conversation with people, because what happens is you get loose. And as you're trying to get to the point, you might say some things that's not factual. And you're freestyling, you're going off the top, right?
Yeah.
And you try to figure it out as you go along. And I was on a podcast recently, and I said some things, and I got to the point towards the end, and I made my point. But what I said was, I go, what if they charge everybody? And when I mean charge Karen, not really meaning charge her with a crime of manslaughter as they charge everybody else, because I don't think Hank Brennan would do that. I don't think they could even doctor some other charges, drop a manslaughter charge. I don't think that's possible, right? But then again, if there is a way, right? If she did something, they would. This is the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And when I say all that, I think that my swerve is that when I say charge her, or like make her responsible too, meaning that, hey, listen, he talks to Alan Jackson, he talks to Yannetti, and he says, listen, I heard some things. I investigated some of the different inconsistencies on what she said, and this is what I found out. Now, if she gets on the stand and she tells us exactly what happened from 34 Fairview, from the waterfall to 34 Fairview, how everybody was acting, the way John was acting, when he called up Jen McCabe on the phone, when he got out the truck, was there anything that you seen, anything that you heard to show us that there's a fight? We need to hear that, because let's keep it real. When Karen Reed got on 2020 people, she said there was no fight, and she said no, it wasn't like that. He got out the car, and that actually played into the Commonwealth hands, because it kind of went against her, right? Can we all agree on that? By her just not speaking, which is, we totally understand, and I get it. She's on charge for murder, and she has to do what she has to do, and she has to not speak. But we're talking about right now with Hank Brennan. I think he's going to maybe talk to Yannetti. Like I said, this is my swerve, my speculation. I think he's going to talk to him and say, hey, listen, get her up on the stand, have her speak her truth. When I ask her about Higgins and I ask her about how this all went down, she could give us a better idea coming from her perspective. Right as that goes down, he pulls the plug. Commonwealth requests to not prosecute this case no more. He pulls the plug. It puts them in disbelief. All the Alberts, the McCabe's, they're in disbelief. He pulls the plug. The family hears the truth from Karen. The cases get dismissed, the manslaughter, because we all know whether he dismisses the murder case himself, Hank Brennan, and just drop it to manslaughter, or the three judges are going to do it. Either one's going to do it. It's going to just be a manslaughter case. You agree, James? So
I agree.
Maybe he brings it to the forefront and he gets these people back on the stand. He calls Karen Reed up. Karen Reed speaks her truth, and she might say some things that we never heard her say, because she couldn't, because at the time she couldn't, because she was on trial for murder. So now she says some things to point the finger at them, and then he dismisses the case on her behalf. He puts them in a pickle. They come running to Hank Brennan's feet, and then he charges everybody accordingly, and then we get justice.
Right.
I think that's the type of time this guy is. He wants to hear the whole truth.
Yep.
And I mean, that's just my opinion.
What my opinion of Hank is, he's good. the division rate, the divided people, free Karen Reed and whatever. I don't know. I see this stuff on Twitter. It's just vile stuff. Hank's gonna be the guy that comes in and he could make this right and just say, look, they're getting charged too, and she's gonna tell us what happened from the waterfall until this incident. So that would bring everybody to the same page. Okay, here we go. We all found, we got what we wanted. We wanted the truth. That's what I want. I mean, I can't speak for others. I know what me and JFK want. We want to hear the truth, and we want to hear what happened. I mean, don't you?
I mean, we can all be in denial, right? And we talk about that. We talk about this stuff all the time. And one girl just told me 1 minute she loves me. I don't know if she's talking about me, but I think she is. 1 minute I love you, and the next F you. I don't know what that means. I ain't saying anything bad. Yeah, they were all drunk. And we're gonna get into it. The live just started. We could go down the line.
1 minute I love you. Next F
F you.
you.
I
They
mean,
were
it's
all right. All right. And
they
that's
were all
where,
drunk. We get that, but that's the
yeah.
whole point. Were they drunk? Were they drunk? And did she see something or hear something? And
Can
when
we?
hold on a second. Hold on.
Yep.
When the next morning, could she have said something to guide these? She never said that. She said the next morning she went to the house. She went to the psycho place to get her head checked. And she never said anything about anything. She said that, you know what I mean? She never mentioned Higgins. She never mentioned things. And the way she packed up and she left on the cameras, her father looking at the back of the taillight, all that looks suspicious. Now, I'm not talking about from my point of view. We could just chalk it up to what you want to chalk it up to. She bumped into the car. It got cracked. J.F.K. put all this stuff in her head. Okay. Well, that's the way I want to see it too. But we're not. That's last trial. This is Hank Brennan time.
Yeah.
This is Hank Brennan time. I'm pretty sure he's going to want to know why they were looking at that tail light, why all these things happen. What does she know? He's going to want to know what she knows. And I'm not saying that she knows more than what she's saying. I'm not saying that. But if she does, Hank Brennan's going to want to know. That's all I'm saying.
Yep. That's a good way to put that, because that's exactly what we just said. So, they just want to give her that pass that everybody was drinking. And I get that. Everybody was drinking. But not everybody died. John O'Keefe did. Officer John O'Keefe.
You want to narrate this for me?
Yeah.
Well, got 100 people in the room. You're now rocking with JFK and James Jackson. How y'all feeling tonight? All right, go ahead, man. Take it from here. What's going on here, James?
Oh, so Hank, yep. We got some free. Oh, she was framed. But wait
What's
a second.
happening here? Look at the way Higgins is looking at.
Look at Higgins.
John
Why
O'Keefe.
is he? Oh, he just told John O'Keefe. Guess what? Forget about him. You know what? I'm
Look at the way they look.
Yeah,
look at the way they're looking at each other.
Yep, right there, right where you have that pause shows everything. You don't think Hank's gonna see that too?
Well, let me ask you this, James.
Yep.
Is Karen Reed that naive? Well, she's in this room right now, and she doesn't sense none of this stuff. She doesn't know what's going on.
She wasn't that naive to sneak around with the taxes in the house and all that. She knew where all the cameras were. Those are just her words, people. Don't get mad at me. Don't get up. I'm just going off facts. But yeah, she looks very nervous. She looks like she's got the hood on with the fur around. She looks like she doesn't want. She knows what's going on right now. She knows they're taunting her boyfriend, who's standing across by himself.
So here's the play fight. Right, this is at 11:47. Right at 11:56. Now keep in mind, right before this, right, the picture you just seen at 11:32, he texts Karen. Higgins texts Karen. Well, John was in the bar with him. This is at 11:47. So at 11:47, they play fighting. At 11:56, they do a kiss. Is that the same kiss from the night of the Patriots games, James?
I would say so.
I said,
That
how
was
they
a
fighting?
long. Hey, let me just say this: that's a long ride back from New York to Boston
Oh, absolutely, a long ride from New York
to
to
talk.
Boston, and
To talk.
you know, he said to Karen in the text, if you read some of the text messages, right? He said, what do you got a thing for this dude Higgins? So what if Higgins on the ride was like, listen, man, I think this dude knows I was messing with his girl, and she came to my house, and big bad Brian A. just
No,
by
she's.
you know, go
Well,
ahead.
she said John knows in the text.
She said John knows in the text
Yeah.
exactly, and Higgins would talk to Big Bad Brian A. and say, what should I do? You know this
Right.
dude more than I know him. You're a
Yep.
Boston cop. You know his boy, and Big Bad Brian A. It's entertainment time, right? Just like you guys jump on these lives to see what we're gonna do. I'm pretty sure he wanted to get everybody together at the waterfall and see what the energy was like, right?
Absolutely.
What's going on here? Oh,
That's correct.
oh.
Albert, I told you, wait till we get back to the house. Don't
Mhm.
do it here. You're
Don't do it.
smarter than that, Higgins.
Yeah, indeed. That's Chris A right there. Clean Chris A. He doesn't want nothing to do with nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm
I
calling
didn't.
I'm calling the Stadies on you for putting rubber duckies in front of my store. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Chris, obviously you know what we're talking about, buddy. You just grabbed his arm and told him to chill. Then the next day he ended up dead. The
Chris,
fact
Hank
that
might. Yep, go ahead.
Go ahead. You go ahead.
Hank might call Chris back up and say, "Hey, Chris, why did
Oh,
you grab Brian's arm right there?"
he's calling everybody back up,
Yeah, no,
James.
I know that, but I'm saying he's gonna ask because Lally didn't. Why didn't Lally ask that question? What was
Because
that?
if Lally asked him that question, he'd be giving Chris up. He was protecting Chris. But somehow
Exactly
or
my
another, this
point.
didn't get in. For somehow or another, I don't know why there was a mishap and lapse of judgment, why this video wasn't the forefront. But I could tell you, everybody that's watching right now, that this
Well,
video is going to be the main thing of the case. It's going to be the main theme. But the
this
question is, Hank Brennan is going to want the same way James is narrating this video, he's going to want Karen to narrate this video. He's going to want Karen to speak on this video, this space and time, this space from 11:32 to 12:35 in the morning when he, got hit or whatever happened to him, right? Beat up, whatever, how they want to flip it. From that time to that time, he's going to want to know what was the energy like. He's going to want to know the truth because that's what he does, Hank Brennan.
Yep. He's gonna want to know the truth. Hey, hold my keys. Go get the car. All right, come on. You gonna all right? Hey, let's go. We'll go on. Yeah, I'll be outside. You don't think Hank is gonna look at Karen? Still hasn't moved. John,
heel
heel toe.
toe.
Karen still had same position. Look at her. She's like a statue, man.
But she's sitting there though. Here's the question, bro.
Yeah, but you move
She's
when
going
you
in
sit, right? You move a little.
We're in the house now, buddy. I'm going downstairs.
Hey, Hank, don't worry. No one will see you. Come down here. I gotta tell you something. Yeah, so, I was texting her, but check this. Wham! Right down. Threw him downstairs. Whipped him into that weight set.
Now look, you're pulling out this driveway. There's no way you didn't see anybody. So disclaimer. Karen Reed did not do this crime because he was not on that ground from 12:35 to 5 till 6 o'clock in the morning without nobody seeing him. There's no way. There he is right there. He's right at the ground. Right? There's no way that that happened. We know that. We know that didn't happen, people. We know that she didn't do it. We know
I'm narrating, guys. Like, it's okay. So see, Coffee Cake, when you narrate, it's so spot on. That's it. That's all I'm trying to do. It's entertainment. It's speculation. You guys are all 100% right. This isn't facts. It's just
look. But this is a fact I would say right here, though. When you pull out this driveway, you ain't seeing nothing, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line. You ain't seeing nothing, and fake news. We are not idolizing Hank. Listen, man. Nobody said we're idolizing Hank. This is not about idolizing Hank. We're talking about his approach. Your approach is that you think he's gonna step. Hold on a second. Let me. I'm kind of pausing up, man. Hold on a second. You
Someone
think
said
he's gonna approach? You think he's gonna approach it where he's gonna bring these people on the stand and waste his time, knowing that he's gonna lose the case? Why would he want to approach this to lose the case? He would want to get justice all the way. I'm telling you, he's gonna pull the plug on this case. Whether he pulls it somewhere down the line or he does it the way I say it. I'm telling you, the Commonwealth get creative to figure out a way to get everybody what they want and come out clean. You think the Commonwealth, you think Morrissey wants to give the credit to us, to you people in the chat, to everybody that's doing the standouts? Nah, he's not doing that. He's going to give the credit to his people. Did you watch all the messages came out? Show TB was set up on the Glera. He read it out last night. Tully and prosecutors in troubleshooting. Yeah, I seen some of that. I did. I did,
didn't.
and I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that they set him up. I'm not surprised the police set him up.
No,
I mean,
look at the rubber ducky situation.
oh yeah, that's what that's what that's what they've been doing. That's what they do, though. I mean,
Yeah,
here's the thing, people. If you go in front of this place and do anything, right, and do a crime, and these state police can prosecute it, they're gonna. I mean, that's just what they're going to do. Even though it's really not a crime, it's rubber duckies. I get all that. Free Karen Reed. It doesn't matter. They're going to do it. They're going to flex
he's
their
gonna
power.
say harassment.
I mean, that's what they're going to do. You know what I mean? Like, it's not surprising that these cops, like, are so mad. And they're taking all that frustration out, the rubber duckies and all that. They're taking all that frustration out on just regular, people, because they're mad at Turtle Boy and, the whole narrative. So anybody that looks like they're siding with that side, they're going down. And I think it's corny. Yeah, it's corny, but that's what you're playing with. And they want to make an example. I mean, it is what it is. It happens all the time.
You got to remember too, this isn't just like any case. This is a murder of a police. This is a police officer murdered.
Yeah.
So you don't intimidate those witnesses. I wouldn't even. I mean, I don't even like doing this, to be honest with you. We do this for you, for us, because we want to know the truth
Thank you,
as
Raymond.
well.
Yeah, but it's a lot different than talking about something and saying this is my opinion than showing up to their place of work.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm not showing up to his work. I mean, I'm not sticking up. Listen, I don't like, let's be clear. Here's another disclaimer. I don't like the police, period. So I'm not on the side of the police, right? At all. I'm just telling you that if you do that, they're gonna mess with you. That's what they did. And unfortunately, these women or whatever, how it went down, they're feeling the brunt of it. And that sucks. I feel bad. They're gonna have a case now and they're gonna go to court and they're gonna go into that dark place and they're gonna have that hanging over their head, and they're gonna have to show up and wear nice clothes, and they're not gonna like it. But that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to make you uncomfortable.
Yeah. BBR, James, you are doing God's work, brother. Thank you.
J.F.K. and the Alvis laying low since Farewell was indicted because they know their time's closing and the days are numbered. I could dig that. I definitely think so. I think so. So let me ask people in the chat, when Karen was coming down Fairview Road, wasn't Nagel coming like this? Nagel was driving, so Karen was coming. I don't know how it looks on this camera, because I feel like I'm freezing up every 2 seconds. But Karen was driving, and they get to the street, and Nagel let Karen go, right? And then she drove up and pulled over, and then they pulled in back of them, right? So Nagel seen her take the corner in the car. Isn't that right? Someone tell me in the chat. Nagel at 12:21, I would assume she was coming down the street. They get to like a stop sign. He lets her go. She goes, she pulls over, and then they pull up in back of him. Wasn't that his testimony, Nagel?
Yes. So, remember the other night when I said what I said to you about she could have pulled off?
Hold on a second before we go there. Don't. You got to get the facts before you start saying that, because you got to follow me on this, because
All right.
could have pulled off, but you got to understand there was somebody right in back of her. So if the car pulled up to her, right? If the car pulled up to her, let her go. Was she in the car by herself? Is the question. Was she there before that? Did she take the block? Did she turn around and come around the block and come back around? Because this is why I say that, because this right here, this is
That's what I
kind of,
said.
yo, bro.
That's what I was
That's
gonna
what you
say.
said. Okay? So, James, then tell me about Nagel. Then tell me about Nagel. I'm trying to get the facts here, bro. You're not letting me say the facts. Then tell me about Nagel.
No,
Nagel said, "Do you know what happened with Nagel? Tell me. Do you know? Yes or no? Do you know what happened
yes,
with Nagel?
the
What
no, I'm
happened?
talking the one you're talking about, the one that came for his sister.
Yeah. Do you know how he seen the truck? Do you know what he said on the stand? Do you know what he said?
He said that she was in the truck by herself with the
Yeah,
light
but
on.
but he said that he seen her. He let her go down the street. So he was
Right.
here, right? She's coming down the street, and he let her go. Then she went down the street, and then he pulled up in back of her like that. So my question is, right? Follow me on this. My question is, was she there before that? Was that the first time she pulled up, or was that the second time she pulled up?
That's
Because if he pulled up in back of her like that, right? If he pulled up in back of her like that, and John was there, then how didn't he see John?
well. Remember, that's what I was. This is what I was trying to say. Remember the other night when I said they could have fought real quick and she took off, and then the
Okay,
fight could.
stay there. You got to pace yourself, buddy. Please. We could get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. You got to pace yourself. Okay, we got to get to that one part.
All right.
Nagel, I couldn't find the video. If I could find the video, I would have pulled it up. I can't find the video, so I'm trying to speak it, but I'm trying
All
to make
right.
sure I got it right. All right. So we need Magnus car. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know what you're saying. Everyone was parked. Okay, it doesn't make sense. Blah blah blah. Let me see. Happy Sunday, J.F.K. last night. TB and Glera were awesome. Dope. That's good. They would explain why she told her dad and Yannetti that she hit John, but not very hard. That would explain why she told. You're following us, Pat. But I'm trying to. The problem is that I don't have this part of the testimony. I didn't pull it up, and I ain't got time to go through my YouTube and do type in and pull up the thing. I messed up. I should have had that on deck, and I could have did that. So I'm just going on memory here, and I'm going on everybody in the chat. Nagel's testimony was he was driving down the street. She was coming this way. He let her go. Question is, how long did it take him to pull him back of her? Because he said he pulled right in back of her. So if he did that, then he would have seen John get out the car, right? But he said he didn't see all that. And how long? Why would he stop? Why would the dude stop? Like he was right in back of her, right? So like he would have just pulled right in back of her. Am I? Oh, man, I just hope I'm saying this right, because I don't even want to get into it, because I don't feel like hearing the backlash from people. I'm just not in the mood tonight. I'm trying to make a point, and I just want to make sure I'm on point, because I don't want to say something and someone says, "Nah, you sound like this and you sound like that." It
No,
gets like
it makes sense.
it gets repet. No, it makes sense. It makes sense when I pull this thing that I'm about to pull up. I'm going there. You're not letting me get there. You just want to jump out the window. Let me get there. Thank you, Samantha. Okay, so let me get there. He let her go, right? Nagel let her go. Then after that, alleged. Now remember the header of this video. Okay, it says I clipped him. That's what she said. I clipped him. Why would she say that? So I'll pull what I want to pull up to show you guys what I mean, and you guys could
That's
tell
true.
me.
Why? That's a huge statement.
This is what she said.
Michael Practic.
This is what she said, people. Everybody read it. I don't know if it's real. That's why I said it's the alleged text. So read the description of the video. Please read the description. This is an alleged text. I don't know if this is real. I don't know. I'm saying from the eyes of Hank Brennan. James wants to jump out the window and just say some wild stuff. We're not doing that tonight. We're going to keep this. We're going to pace this. We're not doing that because obviously we end up on Twitter. People end up talking trash. I get inboxes. I start losing subscribers. Everybody gets mad at me. One lady just told me, I love you, F you. I don't want to hear all that. I want to stick to the facts. If I was Hank Brennan, if this text is real, off the record, I never believe I hit him. I thought maybe he changed his mind and ran after my car for a ride, and I clipped him and he passed out. One thing I could tell you, I never thought that morning that his friends and a BPD co-worker left him to die like roadkill. Why would she say that if that's real? I don't know if that's real. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if this is real. I don't know. But through the eyes of Hank Brennan, I'm pretty sure he's going to want to get down to the bottom of this. I would assume so.
I mean, I would.
Samantha saying it's fake. Samantha saying it's fake. Why
everyone
is it fake?
is saying it's fake.
Jen made that. That ain't
Jen
real.
McPaul O'Keefe wrote that. Where'd you get it? Karen never said that. Everyone is. So, I mean, like he just said, chat, we don't know if it's true, but we're just saying if Hank Brennan read that.
Well, she did say that, but there was a. Did anybody see the video when Lally was talking at one of the motion hearings? He said that she said that they came outside and started fighting. He said that. So this is what I'm saying. And this is what you're saying, James. Now I'm going to pass it to you. You're saying that she pulled up and it was on site. These people were going to fight on site, right?
Yep.
From that bar, from the footage that we just watched. If you're on the replay crew, go back. We played the footage. From that point on, they pull up the 34 Fairview. It's on site, right? So what happens, James?
So what I think happened, if this text is... Anyway, I think...
If this text
is
what, man?
If this text, okay, so this text right here, if this is any truth to this text, I would say this fight happened on site, as we saw at the bar. How we saw the body language. So if Karen was there, like Brian Higgins and Brian Albert were there first, Brian, and then Karen and John pull in front of them. They're still, talking. Then, he's like, this dude just texts me, gets out, and who knows? Higgins could have suckered him, and Karen could have pulled off. And that's why she said, I didn't know if I hit him or if he fell or whatever. But,
yeah, but what happened? What happened with John O'Keefe? What you say happened to John O'Keefe, bro? Please.
So what I'm saying happened with John O'Keefe is that could have happened. And then when Brian Albert went in the house to take a piss, he could have let the dog out.
Nah, hold on. See, stop. I gotta stop you. James. James, please. No. That's not what you said. See, you please. I don't want to do this. I want to stick to what we're doing here. It was on site, right? They get in a fight. If he fell back and hit his head on the plow, you said.
Yes.
You leave it. You can't leave that out, bro.
Yes, I'm sorry.
You know what I'm saying? So if they jumped out, you're getting excited. So I'm saying pace yourself.
You pace myself.
Please.
So if he fell backwards, it's a perfect size.
So let's just say he fell backwards and he hit his head on the plow. He pulled off. She got scared. She took the block. She came back around. He could have went in the house after that, though.
Right.
No one said he couldn't have went in the house after that.
Yep.
But that could explain the cut. That could explain the cut on the back of his head. That's all I'm saying. And that could explain why she thought she hit him. Because she seen a fight happening. She got scared and hit the gas and dipped.
Yep.
I'm just saying, if anything that she said about she could have hit him, this could have happened, that could have happened. You know what I mean? They could have if the fight happened outside and they hit the truck, bang. The body, not for nothing. Higgins weighs what? He probably weighs close to 300 pounds, that dude.
I say
he weighs like
320.
Nah, I don't think 320. Maybe you're
Yeah.
right. Maybe. I would say at least, I would say at least 250, 260.
Yeah, he's a big
Maybe
dude, man.
more, maybe more. I don't know. I didn't see him standing up and all that.
Yeah.
But if
But I mean,
if they hit the truck and she got scared, if she's a straight, girl, never been in that type of situation, she's not gonna sit there. She's gonna dip.
she's gonna dip. You know, she don't want, especially two men that she's messaging, fighting over her.
Yo, buddy, listen, fake news. I'm gonna tell you 500 more times right before I block you, right? I don't think Cameron Reed's guilty, buddy. Okay? Do me a favor. You want to come up here? I'll send you the link. You want to come up here and you can explain it? Like, come on, man. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, Hank,
Yo,
listen, hold on. I'm saying Hank Brennan is taking the case. Do you know anything about Hank Brennan? So he's gonna look at her inconsistencies. Period. And there's got to be inconsistencies, ain't there? There was a fight, right? It happened underneath her nose. She didn't see nothing. Two things could have happened. The truck could have got hit, and he could have got beat up by them. You guys want to think that couldn't happen? Okay, fine. I'm saying it's a possibility. We don't know what happened, bro. I'm not saying that she killed John O'Keefe. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is when you got text messages like this, that's the reason. When you got this,
Michael Proctor.
that if this is real, then that's an issue in the courtroom. That's an issue. I mean, they're probably not even using it in the courtroom, but what I'm saying is if they seen it, that's an issue. She went on 2020. She said, I think I could have hit him and he could have fell down. She's saying that there was no fight on 2020. That's what she said. She said he got out the truck, everything was cool, and she left. She left. Why would she leave him? Why would she leave? She didn't even explain why she left. She said he walked in the house, right? And then she woke up and she didn't remember nothing. Right? Or did she remember? Like, you know what I mean? That's the inconsistency. You guys want your cake and eat it too. I'm not saying everybody. But this guy, fake news, perfect one, he wants his cake and eat it too. Because Jen McCabe's a liar, right? But she's telling the truth when she says that she called her up and was blacked out and Jen put the thoughts in her head. She's telling the truth about that, though. But she's lying about everything else. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Just like these people on the other side can't have their cake and eat it too. That's not the way this works, man. We talking about the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. We talking about beating a case. Isn't this what it's about? It's about justice and it's about beating this case. So I'm just being realistic, my man. That's all I'm doing. I don't think she's guilty, bro. I made a song called Read Between the Lines. Have you ever wrote a song, bro? Do you know how long it takes to write a song, put it together, produce
dedication,
it, pick up the beat? I did the video. I did all that. And never once I said Cameron Reed is guilty. That's not what I'm doing here. But damn, man, like you guys just like not everybody, but guys like this that just jump down your throat and say some shit like that. I think that it sounds like you want Karen charged. You think she did it, and that's what it sounds like. You were 100% wrong. Like, yo, bro, that's not what I said. I never said that. You putting words in my mouth. You probably put words in a lot of people's mouth, buddy. What are you, a parrot? What are you really? You a level 3 sex offender, buddy? Fake news? Who are you, buddy? Identify yourself. Since you want to talk shit about me, what about you, fake news? Fucking clown.
Karen wasn't drunk now, he said. Wow, man.
She waited 10 minutes. She kept calling him and he wasn't answering. She left to go home, and that's where those angry messages came from. Yeah, but see, it's back to being realistic. The first phone call came in at 12:37. So she left. She didn't call him at 12:30 when she left, 12:29. When she left at 12:30, she didn't call him in front of the house. She called him when she was at his house. That was when the first phone call came in. This is not me saying it, buddy. This is the evidence. You feel me? This is the evidence.
Just like he just said, she wasn't drinking. No, she was. I mean, she
She's gonna.
admitted.
I mean, they could have sabotaged that, of course.
Yeah, they could have sabotaged that too. They do it all the time. But I'm saying she even said that.
Karen wasn't drunk. What?
That's what. That's what I
See,
said.
this is what Hank Brennan's gonna want her to admit to. This is my point. Hank Brennan's gonna want her to get on the stand and admit that she was drunk. Just get on the stand, say you was drunk, and say what happened. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Once again, we're not saying Karen Reed's guilty. We're saying the way Hank Brennan could do this, he could say, Karen, get on the stand and say exactly what happened. I'll pull the plug. You get off. We charge everybody else. Everybody hears the real story. And you know what your consequence is? Your consequence is to tell Linda Mitchell that you was drunk. Your consequence is to let everybody know that you was shady. Your consequence is to tell them, fill in the holes that everybody else wants to fill in for you. You give them the swerve. And it's up to them if they forgive you. But that's your consequence. Hey, it's better than jail. It's better than a 10-piece in Framingham, Karen.
Hey, Spirit in the Sky said she was drunk as a skunk. So, do you have fake news?
I mean, most boyfriends will go home with the girl right in the kids. He didn't want to go home. He wanted to go to that house for a reason, and we know the reason. We know what went down.
Oh.
What's the reason? You've seen the footage, buddy. What's the reason? He went to the house for a fight. Did you not see the bar footage right before they left? James, can you please narrate this one more time, buddy? Let this dude know. Fake news, come on. Fake news, come on.
Look,
okay, what's going on here?
Listen, fake news. What?
What's going on here? These two people are peacocking. This dude weighs 300 pounds. This dude weighs 300 pounds. They're peacocking.
Yeah. So if he what? You don't think I can do it? You don't think I can do it, Big Bad Brian A? I'll fight him.
Tell him. Yo, don't do. Yo, chill out.
Yo,
chill out.
Chill. Just follow.
Don't worry about him. Don't worry about him. Okay. This didn't happen. Fake news. He went there to investigate something else, right? I get it. Yep. Okay. Come on. You coming? You coming here?
Coming?
Come on.
Yeah. Hold my keys.
Wait a minute. 11:32. He texts Karen with her in the bar. 11:47, they're play fighting. 11:55, they kiss each other. Nice little kiss.
Nice little kiss. What was that about?
Was that the one that was on the camera? Fake news? Oh, and by the way, at 12:20, he texted her, you come in here. Fake news. We know why he went there, buddy. It's funny that your name got fake in front of it. Isn't it? Because you ain't keeping it real, buddy. You're fake as they come. You're Duncan Hines, buddy. You got all them. You got all them weird ingredients in you, man. You ain't built right, man. You ain't organic. Where you from? Fake news. I hope you ain't from Massachusetts, man.
Nah.
Oh, man.
He's definitely not from.
Identify yourself, man. Identify yourself. I might have to hit my man Sean up and run a warrant check on your ass. Sean's our boy, man. We'll find out where you're at, buddy.
Yo, fuck around and find out fake news.
Yeah. Come on, you coming? You coming here? You coming?
You coming, fake news?
Hold
Let's
on.
go.
What's this? What's this?
What's this?
Yeah, I'm coming. Heel
Look at
toe, heel toe, heel toe.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I'll be there. Don't you worry.
I'll be there. Come on, Karen, get in the car. Let's go. Come on, John. They're not even your friends, dude. Come on. Let's not even go. They're not even your friends. Let's just go home. Nah, fuck that. We're going over there.
No.
We know what happened.
You hear what he just said, Karen? We don't know what he said, but she knows what he said. Fake news. That's all we're saying.
This is the funniest thing. No one's saying the Crash Daddy said no way she hit John with her car. We know she didn't hit John with her car and killed him. But we're saying, is it possible that he threw a glass at the car? He threw a punch at the car. What made her think that she hit him? If that's the truth. If there's any truth to what she said out of her mouth, and Hank Brennan, disclaimer, 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 disclaimer.
We're gonna have
For all
to
you
get
softies out there, disclaimer, if Hank Brennan is looking at this, he's going to want to know why she even said that. Why would you go on 2020 and say that?
right.
Why?
Just why fake news? Why did she do it?
James, man,
Yeah.
talk to him, please.
This is just we're gonna have to start disclaimer, entertain. We're gonna have to get fuckery, entertainment purposes only, because you guys, we're not saying that she did this. We're just saying, we're entertaining. We're trying to speculate with you. We're trying to figure it out. At the end of the day, it's good to laugh, but we want the truth, and this is what Hank's gonna want to know. He's gonna
So
ask.
wait a minute. James, let me ask you, since no one in the chat agrees with me, I think there's probably like 4 people in this whole chat that agrees with me, right?
Yeah.
So do you think Karen knew what was going on from 34 Fairview? I mean, from the bar to 34 Fairview. Did she, when he was on the phone with Jen McCabe, allegedly because keep in mind, that's the truth, right? Jen McCabe's telling the truth there, isn't she? She said he called me for directions. You guys believe that, right? It was directions, JFK. She called him for. You believe Jen McCabe for that, but you don't believe anything else she says?
Right.
Y'all
Crazy.
can't have your cake and eat it too. I don't think it was for directions. I think he was saying, what's going on? Who's over there? What are they saying?
Yep.
That's what I think.
Because remember, fake. He called Chris Albert and asked for if Kevin. It was Kevin A there, didn't he? At the bar, at the waterfall.
At the waterfall. No, when he allegedly seen Chris that day, right? He said, "Who's over there? Is it Brian Higgins? Is it your brother Kevin there?"
Yep. So
I totally agree. If it means the truth rising, throw yourself under the bus from experience. Hey, listen, Drea,
yeah.
you know we got your back. But here's the thing: he wanted Whitey Bulger. He wanted to let the feds know that Whitey Bulger wasn't a rat.
Right.
You know what I mean? He told his client, get on the stand, right? And
That speaks volumes if you think about it, Jay. If that's true.
it's
And
true.
why?
Let's talk to Hank Brennan. Hank,
Yeah.
you there, Hank? Hank, you there?
Isn't just the Boston FBI. This is systemic, and at some point there has to be accountability.
I know you've been asked this before, and I think I even asked you. Then why didn't you put him on the stand? Why
Listen
didn't
up,
we
people.
hear some of the stuff? He was going to be convicted no matter what on something or other. They were going to bring him down. But let's hear what his defense was.
We were desperate to put him on the stand, and he was willing to take the stand and implicate himself. In fact, Jay Carney and I in our questioning many times through the trial. But the important thing is that there had to be equal accountability. We wanted to call representatives, not just from the FBI, the Department of Justice, who allowed this to happen and orchestrated it. We wanted him to be able to talk about his relationships with high-level players in the department.
He wanted the truth. You hear?
Yep.
This is Hank Brennan, people. This is
equal.
This is Beetlejuice.
Yep. He just said it.
This is Beetlejuice, man. This guy's not playing games. Say his name 3 times. Hank Brennan, Hank Brennan, Hank Brennan. He doesn't care. Right, James?
No, doesn't
he
care.
wanted the truth. And that's what I'm saying. If there's any way he can get a conviction on the Alberts, and he can get a star witness like Karen Reed to admit that she did sense a fight and that she did say something and she was scared to come forward, that only helps Karen out. It serves so many different purposes, because now Karen gets off from the manslaughter case. Then it helps the victim out, the victim's families out, to know the truth. And on top of that, she's a witness for all these murderers. So is this a way that Hank Brennan's going to do it? Like I said, this is pure speculation. This is the swerve. That's if Karen Reed is holding anything back.
Department of Justice, and the rulings by the court after the government tried to prevent that was he could not call witnesses from the Department of Justice. He could not speak about those relationships. He could not discuss the protection he had. So inevitably, he could take the stand and simply give a confession, which he was willing to do, but it had no accountability for the Department of Justice. We wanted a fair trial where everybody could be held accountable.
Yeah, but right in the beginning of the trial, a judge ruled that there was no merit to that defense. So I mean, once that ruling had been made, you still had the opportunity.
Well, we actually didn't. The judge didn't decide the facts and say there was no merit. What the court said is you can't present it at trial. If you want a pretrial hearing, you can have the issue aired before me. And Mr. Bulger, under the circumstances, did not trust a court to make judgments on his defense. He wanted a jury of his peers. So he wasn't allowed to talk about any of those issues. He wasn't allowed to call the witnesses. So that defense was taken from us. And that's why he didn't testify. We were hopeful that they would have the trial in Oklahoma or Florida, where it is televised. He'd be allowed to testify, and then the community and the public could judge his credibility.
Michael Proctor.
Michael Proctor.
Michael Proctor. Michael Proctor.
There it is.
Hank Brennan, Hank Brennan, Hank Brennan. I hope everybody's tuning in and understanding what we're trying to do here. I'm trying to bring the point. Got off to a rough spot, but I think we found our pocket. What time is it? It's 9:21. We're a little bit over an hour in. 1 minute in over an hour. And I think we found our pocket finally. Off the record, I never believed I hit him. I thought maybe he changed his mind and ran after my car for a ride, and I clipped him, and he passed out. One thing I tell you, I never thought that morning that big bad Brian A. would leave him dead on his lawn. Right? If there's any truth to this text, the guy that I just played, Beetlejuice, he's going to want to know because it can serve a purpose. If she admits that text is real, if he brings that text up to her on stand, hey, there was this text message, is that real? And she turns around and goes, yeah, it is real. It was real. Because what happened was I pulled up, they got out the car, a fight happened. I pulled off, I was scared. I came back around the block. I don't even know if that happened, but I'm just saying, what else other way it could happen? He could have went back in the house and the fight could have happened more.
That
You know, big
text
bad. Say what?
Someone said that text message was from Karen to Turtle Boy, Miss Ash.
Okay, and can Turtle Boy confirm that?
Right.
Will Turtle Boy say that text message is real?
Never.
I mean, if Turtle Boy says it's fake, right, then it's fake, right? But is it? I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I mean,
because
these are the things.
Yep. And trust me,
No,
if
it
Turtle
wasn't.
Boy
Paul
Fake
doesn't
that.
want justice. Hold on a second. Paul doesn't want justice. Linda, ain't you the same person that said you love me, but you hate me? I don't know if you're the same one, but if it is, that sounds crazy. Paul doesn't want justice? If that was my brother, I'd be at Levy's office asking questions. I'd be at the police department asking why to destroy a crime scene. Why did you go in the house?
How do
Right.
you know he isn't?
Bingo.
And they just, and they just
You don't know
brushing
what's
him
going on.
off.
You don't know if Hank Brennan already talked to O'Keefe and said, we have a plan. Hank Brennan is a defense attorney, right? He's going to go to Yannetti and Alan Jackson and talk the same language. They're going to get creative and figure a way out of this. That's our swerve. Some people don't want to hear it. I totally understand. You guys want it to be the way it is. You want her to get found not guilty and you want them to get arrested. Well, that ain't the way they're going to do it. They're going to do it a creative way. They're going to take all the credit for it. They're not going to give any of these players on social media. They're not going to give any of us, anybody in the chat, any credit. They're going to be the ones who break it. That's how they're going to play it. That's my opinion. No, it wasn't Linda. And love hate wasn't for you at JFK. Go back and look at Shauna's chat. Oh, okay. That's great. That's good to know. Well,
Hi,
we got here?
JFK and James.
Paul O'Keefe is a liar, and Paul O'Keefe is defending the McAllis, so that's not wanting any justice. I mean, but isn't that kind of crazy that isn't that his right though? I mean, that's his brother who died. I mean, he could act any way he wants to act. It's none of our business.
Right.
I mean, that's how I look at it. I ain't got nothing to say about Paul. I would say, Paul, ask questions, just like you're saying. Paul, ask questions. But now you got Hank Brennan. Ask Hank. You got questions about these text messages, Paul? You got questions about why she said on 2020 the clipping and all that? Ask Hank. Because Hank is going to get down to the bottom of all this shit. Believe that.
It's out of Paul's hands. It's out of Karen. It's out of Karen's hands. It's out of all of these people's hands. It's in Hank Brennan's hands, the judge's hands, the attorney's hands. Welcome to the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, people.
Hi, JFK and James. I made it to the party, and we appreciate you. Ditto, ditto. Nothing but love. Manslaughter still comes with 20 years. Exactly. And everybody's acting like, oh, if they threw out the murder, it's all fun and games. It's not. And that's what I'm saying. It can get creative. And I'll say again for the replay crew and the people that didn't listen. Karen, get on the stand. Tell the truth. Exactly what happened. Why did you think you clipped him? What exactly happened when he got out the car? What was being said on that phone call when he was talking to Jen McCabe? What was he talking to you about? Was he mad? Was he upset when he got out the car? Did you ever talk to Higgins after that? You text him the next day at 11:45. John died. Did you see something that night?
Right. So, or this. If you thought you clipped him, why didn't you pull over and stop to make sure he was okay?
Well, rewind. Say that again there, James. I think you found the pocket.
Hey, if you clipped him, why didn't you pull over and make sure he was okay?
Because maybe she didn't want to get out the car because Higgins was standing over him.
Right. Fighting.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just going on. Listen, the way they acted with the text messages, the way they were acting at the bar, they were acting like juvenile delinquents. They were acting like kids, like shit we've been through.
Yeah.
So I can only I'm going on what I've been through in my life. They were totally regressing. They were going backwards. We seen this thing before.
The truth would be nice for a change. We agree. Everett in the house. Cool. Because she saw him walk to the door. All right, Lisa.
Okay, she saw him walk to. That's what she said in the 2020.
Right.
Saw him walk to the door. Now that's a problem if she really didn't see him walk to the door, or maybe she seen him walk to the door after he fell and hit his head off a goddamn plow.
Nah, he was out. I think after that. Here he comes.
I mean, he might have not been. He might have not though. You could get hit and speak pure adrenaline. They walked him to the house. I'm just saying we don't know what happened. The fight could have happened in the house. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
They could have said, take that shit inside.
Right.
They're cops, right? They know they don't want to. Did she see anything? That's just the bottom line. We can speculate all day.
Yeah. We could sit here all day and seesaw back. I like how.
See, here you go, fake news. You saying that she's not going to say she hit him. We're not saying that.
This guy, man.
This guy.
Or woman. I mean, I don't even know. Is it a guy?
I don't know. The thing is this, my man. Why did she? You guys think honestly that LX 570 that's made to go through hurricanes and tornadoes bumped that little truck and cracked the taillight? That's what you guys really think? You believe that?
They use them in Jurassic Park.
I mean, you really truly believe that truck backed into that car and she even knew she hit that truck? She wasn't drunk, right? I mean, or was she drunk? Or we don't know, right? We're believing liars. I mean, everything's hypocritical here. We believe in liars, but we don't believe like it's weird. I'm just saying that little bump cracked that tail light that she was so worried about it though. Had everybody looking at that tail light in the backyard. Her brother's looking at it. She mentioned it. She talks about it. Like who cares about the tail light? Like, you know what I mean? Like if you didn't hit him, why even bring up the tail light? This is what Hank Brennan is gonna want to know. You know, I mean, no matter how you look at it.
Someone said Higgins' Jeep was parked by the mailbox, not the driveway. Well, let me answer that. I would think.
Oh, we don't know.
I would think after a situation, if there was any blood, he might have pulled it up, just so when people that were coming to the house didn't see whatever was on the ground. That's just my opinion. If this is, on site, a fight that happened on site, because that's what I believe it was. That's just my opinion. Me and JFK have our own opinions. You don't see us sitting here arguing back and forth. Like, I just don't understand why people can't have opinions no more. It's crazy, isn't it? Like, man.
Well, like I said, tell them JFK get the man, it's not even that serious. I don't want to be disrespectful to anybody, but you know what? I'm gonna let you guys tell me, man. You guys break it down. You guys know what it is. We
Yeah.
had Hank screen. We showed you the text. I don't know if the text is real. Read the description. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer.
Yep,
Read the
here we go.
description.
I
Read the
agree.
read the disclaimer. I said it's all alleged. I don't know what's real. I don't know what to say. If it's some Turtle Boy stuff that really happened, it didn't happen. I don't know. All I'm saying is that all I'm saying is that Hank Brennan is gonna look at all that stuff. You know what I mean? He's gonna that she mentioned that, and and he's going to look at that bar footage because he knows that's the direction that the defense is going in. He knows the defense is going to say, look at this bar footage, there was a fight. And he's going to want to know what Karen did and why. And if there was a fight, did Karen see it?
Yes. He's definitely not going back to the same old shit Lally did.
No.
From a Latina.
Latina, you're live with JFK and JJ. How we feeling tonight?
Latina.
Hello?
She got to turn her TV down.
You got to turn your TV down in the back or whatever you got going on. No worries.
I'm just going to shut it off right now.
No worries.
Okay. Here we go.
Go for it.
Hi.
Hello?
Okay, so, hey.
Hey.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay, so the whole thing with the text message, that text message came in to her friend Natalie. Natalie reached out to her a few months later after she.
Jake, can't hear her.
You can't hear her?
No. Can you guys hear her in the chat? I could hear her, but then I can't no more. No, they can't hear her either.
Hold on a second. Hold on one second.
Good. That's... Nope.
All
right.
Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Sorry, Latina. Hold on one second. Latina. Latina. Just troubleshoot. Yeah, you're here. Can you hear it now? Go ahead, Latina. Spit.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead. Go.
All right. So the whole thing with that message, that came in months later after the accident. She sent that to Natalie. Natalie is a woman from California that was helping her and Turtle Boy communicate to get the story out.
Yeah, I heard
she
that.
Was explaining, so she was explaining to Natalie of what happened that night. She said in that instant when she picked up Jen McCabe and they went looking for John, Jen McCabe kept telling her he was never in the house. He was never in the house. So she's thinking, okay, he never went in the house. So maybe she hit him because he never went in the house. And when she found him, and so I'm laying there and they're still saying he never came in the house. He never came in the house. Her first normal thing is thinking, oh my God, did I do it? And in that text, she said to Natalie, in that instant when I thought he wasn't in the house, I thought I might have clipped him. But I never, after a month goes by and she finds out it wasn't her, she said, I had no idea that his friends would have the audacity to kill him and leave him out like roadkill. And that's where that whole thing, that whole message came in. It was never to Yannetti. It was to Natalie.
It was to Natalie, but they were doing third party talking.
Right. They were doing third party talking.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where you calling from? You from New York?
Yes.
Nice. What part of NY?
New York City, Upper East Side.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I be running around. Yeah. I be running around Lower East Side. That's where
It's all good. It's all good. So yeah. And also I just want to let you know that there's not going to be a trial.
There's not going to be a trial.
So No, because I talked to some of Karen Reed's family members, not friends, family members. And no, there's not going to be a trial. Josh Evy's definitely stepping in.
What if he don't?
He is.
Well, I'm asking, like, all in the hypothetical. What if he don't?
There's no way. He did all the interviews. When all those witnesses were called in front of the federal grand jury, he did all the.
They did that. They did that in June of 2023, though. It's almost 2025.
Yeah, but you got to understand, it's not only one person that they're investigating. It's
But
multiple
out of all
people.
them people, not one person's gonna crack.
They did crack.
Who cracked?
Can't say, but someone definitely cracked.
But I'm trying to figure out why they haven't came. I mean, listen, I want them to come. I'm just trying to figure out why. Because listen, I'm not a fan of the feds either. I don't trust the feds. I don't think we should trust the feds. I mean, like now we're like, yeah, go. So it's the police who killed the police, and now we want the police. I mean, sounds pretty crazy to me, but that's just me.
Like,
people have to understand that it's not like Farwell took 2 years, and that's one person that they were investigating. Plus, the cops that helped them out, and that took 2 years. Now it's not only just the witnesses in the house; it's the witnesses' friends who they talk to.
That's what makes me think. That's what makes me believe that Karen Reed knows something more. And the reason why,
150%.
The only reason why I'm saying she knows more about the case, because if there's a way for them to still be in awe, to think that, I mean, could two things have happened? It's just, listen, hold on a second.
Yeah.
Disclaimer. Right, James, hit him with the disclaimer, please.
All right. So I just have one question for her.
Go ahead.
If all that's true, then when she testified, I mean, she said she saw him go in the house.
Yeah.
So if that text was true, and what she's saying is true, then two things can't be true.
Yeah, hold on. James is talking. So James is saying. James said, you can't hear James, so I'll just say what he said. He said if she seen him walk in the house, right, and like she's saying she did, why didn't she just go back to the house?
Like that, because she didn't have the address. It was in John's GPS.
Well,
it was in
now,
John's phone.
Now it's in John's GPS. I thought he was talking to Jen McCabe about directions.
Yeah, he was. And they punched the address in John's cell phone, not in her navigation in her Lexus.
All right. I mean,
that's why she never, when they said, she drove to the body before she drove to Jen McCabe's, that was put out there forever, that she saw him at 5 in the morning and then went to Jen McCabe's at 5:20, 5:30. There was no proof of that. No camera showed her going in there. She drove to the waterfall. She drove everywhere else because she didn't have the address to go back there. It was put in John's cell phone. John had Jen McCabe on speaker and used his GPS on his cell phone to get there. It was never entered in Karen's Lexus.
Okay. It makes sense. I've done that before.
So that's why she called when
Yeah,
he
but
didn't
hold on. So why would he call Jen McCabe up to punch it? Why would he call her back? Why would he call her up and talk for 44 seconds and then call her back for 36 seconds? And then why was there a phone call? Hold on a second, right? Let me say this.
Yeah.
So you got to stick factual here, right? I'm not disputing anything you're saying, but you're saying that he called Jen McCabe up. He talked to her for 44 seconds to get an address. All she got to do is say 34 Fairview, click, and that's it, right? But instead, he talked to her for 44 seconds. Then he called her back, right? And talked to her for 30-something seconds. And then there was a 12:29 phone call that she alleged that he didn't pick up or they didn't talk. So my question is, they're saying that he never put it in the navigation. So why would he be talking for that long? What is he really talking about? He's talking about a fight, probably, I would assume, which means is what leads me to my next question with you. If he's talking about an issue that he's having, didn't Karen Reed hear what he was talking about?
Well, I don't know. They said she was plastered. So
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is she plastered or is she not plastered?
Right. Yeah.
no, I'm saying everyone's like saying she's so wasted. She's so wasted. She's so wasted. All this
She
shit.
was wasted. I don't give shit. She was wasted. I don't care. To be honest with you, I don't give two shits if she was driving drunk. I mean, I think it's fucked up. She could have killed somebody and all that extra
Right.
shit. But I mean, that's out the window now. It didn't happen. Keep in mind, we're talking about disclaimer. Disclaimer,
Yes.
people. We're not saying Karen Reed's guilty because we said she was drunk. Please.
No, not at all. Not at all. And
What I'm saying is there's two
that was
Tupacs,
definitely
right? There's two Tupacs.
right, right.
There's the 1990
Mhm.
Tupac and then there's Death Row Tupac. We're talking about Karen Reed from 2022. You know, that's what we're talking about. So,
Right.
you know, I don't know what she's up to now. I'm pretty sure she got her act together and she learned, and she learned her lesson. But I'm talking about that night. So if she was drunk, she didn't understand that language about him saying, I mean, not for nothing. Brian Higgins texted her, didn't he? And he said, in the bar. And she didn't notice that they were fighting, peacocking. She didn't notice that they did a little kiss. And then all of a sudden, I'm pretty sure when that text came through at 12:20, are you coming here? If John mentioned it to her in the truck, she ain't putting it all together. She doesn't realize, wait a minute, I went over to Higgins' house and told him to sleep over the crib at the Pats game. I mean, come on. She knew.
Yeah, that's why she froze up.
I honestly, even at the end of the day, Brian Higgins and John were fighting. I don't think Brian Higgins killed John O'Keefe.
Okay.
Brian Albert 100%. Brian Albert 150% killed John O'Keefe. Brian.
Outside or inside?
Now,
Ask
the
her.
government part of the corruption.
Well, we expect our criminals to commit crimes. That's
J.F.K.
And I could even give you her name, and you can verify it. And was crying to her, and was crying hysterically that he could not believe that.
Could you hear her now? Can you hear her now?
Yeah, we can hear her now.
Oh, so wait a minute. You said Brian Albert called his ex-girlfriend?
No. Brian Albert is the one that killed John. He's the one that hit him in the face and killed John. I'm sorry, Brian Higgins. Brian Albert told Brian Higgins, we're putting the body outside, and this is what we're doing. Brian Higgins the next day morning, not next day morning, 7, 8 in the morning, called a girl that he used to date, wasn't dating at the time, crying, telling her that he could not believe that he allowed Brian Albert to bring John's body outside and not call 911.
I could see that, man.
Wait a minute. I can't see that. Where are you getting this information from?
I know.
Okay. If you want to call me on the side, I will give you my phone number.
No, but I know
I'm
that's
not gonna
fine.
say
But
that
I'm
here.
just saying, like, I never heard that. And I'm not, but I'm saying that's like, wouldn't the feds know that? Like, isn't that enough to arrest Higgins?
They do know that. They do.
And they're just waiting.
That.
What are they waiting for? They waiting for Christmas?
They do know that, and the defense knows that, and people do know that. There's a lot of people that do know that.
So meanwhile, they're gonna have Karen Reed fight for her life. They're gonna have all this going on. They're gonna do this Supreme Court thing. They're gonna hire Hank Brennan. They're gonna go through all these nuances when they have that information. The feds?
They have much more information.
So if the feds know all this and they still haven't came, I would be mad at the feds.
No. So you got to also wonder, JFK, would you know that when during the trial, everybody's like, oh my gosh, she's so cocky. Oh my gosh, she's laughing. Oh my God, it's a murder. How dare her? She's so rude. You got to wonder. She knows people are saying that crap about her, right?
You think the Commonwealth is just, they're playing this game? Like, she, like, in the back of her head, she thinks like, well, so what you're saying is Karen Reed's in Superior Court on charge for murder. And in the back of her head, she thinks that she's not going to jail.
She knows she's not going to jail.
Oh,
any normal person,
God. Come on.
Listen, any person that hears that she's being cocky. Okay, everyone was saying, oh, look at how she's smiling. Oh, she's not taking this seriously. You would stop, wouldn't you?
Hold on
wouldn't
a second, Latina. Let me talk to Karen real quick on the screen. Karen, are you watching us, Karen? Do me a favor. Call your boy JFK up. You know for a fact, Latina is saying that when you're in court, you're laughing, and this doesn't even bother you. You don't mind showing
No.
up to court. You don't mind getting yelled at by Canoni. You don't mind. You love it, and you know in the back of your head, there's no way they're going to convict you because the feds are going to come in and save you. This is not doing anything. When you did the 2020 interview and you started crying and you say you're losing weight and it's putting barons on you, that's all a lie. So now Karen Reed's a liar. So this is doing nothing to you because you know you're not going to jail. That's what Latina said. Karen, can you please call us at this phone number on the screen and let us know how it's really affecting you?
Emergency.
It's an emergency because you're saying that the reason why she's acting cocky and smiling, which I don't see that personally, I think that she's just being herself. I mean, it's, at the end of the day, I seen dudes on trial for murder, and I put it this way, it made me sick. I seen the cat from New Hampshire who killed that little girl, and he killed her in Boston. You know what I'm talking about, Latina?
Yes.
And he
yes,
was talking
yes.
to his lawyer, and they were sharing a laugh. And there's nothing to laugh about that. And they shared a laugh. And I know that, and when I seen that, it turned my stomach because that's the worst.
Right.
But they still shared a laugh because in real time you can't control your emotions. So at the end of the day, I don't agree with you on that.
Listen, me, if I was in her position and I didn't have the feds on me, and I don't have 100% security, and they're saying, "Oh my God, look at her! The jury's going to convict her just for the way she's behaving, just because she's smiling. Look at that smug look." I would change that shit in 2 seconds. She never changed it.
Okay.
She
Change
continued
what?
it.
Change
So what
what?
did she
Continue what?
know?
She
What
gonna
does she
start
know?
Laughing,
smiling?
smiling, still
Okay.
being smug, and I love it because I'm all for her. I'm just saying, any other person that doesn't have that kind of security behind them, meaning the feds, they would change them. Go, "Oh my God, they're going to convict me. Everyone's saying that I look rude, this and that." She didn't change her ways.
So quick question. Karen Reed's
Yeah.
not going to jail. There's no possible way the feds are going to save her. This is all they're just going through all this Commonwealth. This is just all a big fucking game, you're saying?
It's not all a big game. People don't understand. It's a huge
Hey, listen,
investigation.
I totally understand how the Commonwealth of Massachusetts work. Believe me when I tell you, I know probably more than anybody, any influencer that does this system shit. I know more than all of them.
JFK knows.
I know more than all of them. Trust that. So I'll let you go, but believe me when I tell you, that's not what's going on here. That's not what's going on here. There's something else going on. And until we get down to the bottom of whatever that is, that's when we're going to see justice. But as of right now, there's still something that links Karen Reed to this shit. And I don't know what it is. I don't know. But it's got to be. Because like you said, all these different nuances, the feds would have been came. There's got to be a reason. I appreciate your time, Latina.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right, one love.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, appreciate Latina. Holding us
From Jennifer.
Hey, Jennifer.
Oh, hey, JFK.
Hey, what's up? You're live with JJ and JFK. Just give me 1 second, Jennifer. I just want to touch upon something with James real quick. You could just listen in. Yeah, so
Okay.
James, yeah, so peace to Latina. I appreciate all the information.
Yes.
Just because I disagree
Thanks
with
for
her.
sharing. Right.
Just because I disagree with Latina does not mean that I'm mad at her. It doesn't mean none of that. I think that, she's hyped up as well as I am. We want to see justice for John O'Keefe, and we want to see Karen Reed get found not guilty. But we got to be realistic here. It's a possibility that she could get found guilty and go to jail. It's a big possibility. So that's the side I'm taking. For everybody saying that there's no way she could go to jail, I find that hard to believe. But
Or she's
James,
not sweating. She's
go
not
ahead, James.
stressing.
Go ahead.
I think she's definitely stressing in court every day. You think she likes waking up and going to court every day with her? No way. This is.
What does
So,
that do to you, James, when you got a
it
court
gives
case?
you severe anxiety. It gives you this feeling, a pit in your stomach. It's like a roller coaster ride. You feel like you want to puke. You feel like you're gonna, have to go to take a shit. It's crazy, especially with the big M on your back.
Bingo. Hey, Jen, what can we help you with tonight? Go ahead, let it go.
Hey, this is Jen from Washington State again.
Okay, what's up? Talk to us.
I thought I talked
I'm
slow.
kind of tripping balls right now, but that's okay because it's legal in Washington State.
Nice, good.
Okay, what?
So excuse me if I.
That's all right. Do we look like
Kinda.
pink? Do we look like pink elephants right now?
I see pink bridges, man.
Nice, good.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I live at the coast.
What you want to talk
Okay.
about?
I think
Nice.
I don't think what's her name knows what you're talking about. There's a chance that Karen Reed could go to prison.
Of course,
I mean, it's terrifying.
it is.
I mean, she's on trial right now.
Mm.
We know how freaking bogus it is, but she's still on trial.
That's
so
a
there's
fact.
a chance she could go to prison.
Right.
And right now, if you can't tell me that she doesn't feel like she's got a boot on her neck.
Ooh.
And living every day with that boot on her neck, with that hanging over her head.
Talk to him.
And I agree with you. And I meant to say this last night. I think she did know what was going on. And it would make sense when she asked the question, did I do this? If she knew what was happening in that house, obviously I don't think she knew the extent to what was going on.
True.
But it would make sense. It's like, when she found him, did I do this? Now, as far as her, I think that Jen McCabe took her on a merry ride that morning, trying to waste time, while John was laying there dying. But I think there is something to what you're saying there, JFK.
I appreciate that. And Linda, call again anytime, all right? And you take it slow. Drink plenty of water, okay, sweetheart?
All right.
All
I'm
right.
going to go have an edible. Peace.
Yeah, okay. Woo-hoo! It's a good night tonight. All right.
That's right.
All right. One love.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Linda from Washington State.
All
Tripping
right.
her balls off.
That's
Nice.
great with us. Where she could be anywhere tripping, but she's with us. She saw Beetlejuice on the thumbnail.
Oh shit!
She was like, "Oh shit, it really is Beetlejuice."
That's crazy, bro.
That's nuts.
And
But,
you know what that was, right? That was just straight fucking fuckery.
Donuts. She got him donuts. I drove to 34 Fairview. And I saw her get out and got him donuts. 6 donuts. Donuts. I've been doing it for years.
She likes to come by and bring like coffee and donuts.
I opened my car door.
Fuckery Donuts is now open.
This
I go by the name of
episode
JFK.
Oh, I go by the name of James Jackson.
Yes. You know how we do it. Yeah, let me put that phone number back up there.
This episode of Fuckery Donuts is brought to you by mushrooms.
Yeah.
At your local convenience store, of course.
Indeed. If you guys want to hit us on the Cash App, it's JFK Show Off. If you want to hit my man James up, it's James Amaral Jr. JAMESMAMARAL Jr. Cash App. You can find us there. You can follow him at James Jackson. He'll throw it up in the chat. Sub up to him. Sub up to James Jackson. Everybody do that right now if you can. Waiting on a couple of more phone calls.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we take phone calls, we like to throw some shit in the mix because it gets everybody hyped up and it makes the phone calls more better. Now, if you guys just want to talk about Karen Reed didn't know anything and everything is what it is, then hey, I don't know if it's going to be more exciting. But disclaimer. We do not think Karen Reed is guilty. We're just trying to understand why the feds haven't came in yet. We're trying to understand what is a possible way out of this. And Hank Brennan, I really truly believe they get very creative, the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, to make things go away, to get around laws. And like I said, one way is to bring it back for manslaughter, then mid-trial, pull the plug.
Right.
But you come up behind the scenes with an agreement with Yannetti and Alan Jackson, and that's when Karen Reed will feel good, when she gets the whisper in her ear, like, if you testify, this will go away.
This will go away.
That's when she'll feel good. But until I'm telling you, they're gonna want her to testify on that manslaughter, and it's gonna be a very, very tough situation, because if they do just stick to manslaughter, which we all know they will,
there'll be a new offer too.
There'll be a new offer, and on top of that, everybody on the other side and this side, people like you and myself, are all going to say, hey, it's only manslaughter, even though it could carry 20 years. You're not going to get a full 20 piece. It's your first offense. You may as well get on the stand at this point. It's not murder. It's not a life. You got an out date. You may as well invest in yourself. And you know what I mean? You know enough about it. So I think that's going to be the low key script, and they'll do that for something like that. And that will implicate the Alberts and Jen McCabe and everybody like that. And the Commonwealth, the state handles it, and the feds don't. And I think that's their prime goal, is not to get the feds involved. And I think, and if for 1 second you think the feds won't come in agreement with this, of course they will. At the end of the day, it's all court. It's all cops.
Yeah. It's all signing off on something. The feds don't want to come in and do the work for what the statey should be already have handled.
That's what we're saying.
You know. But I was gonna say one more thing about that.
Go ahead, man. Shoot.
I was just thinking, shit. I lost thought of it. It'll come back unless you want to wrap it up.
Yeah, we'll just try to hang in there for one more phone call and see who's out there.
Yeah, so I mean, for the most part, Pierre said absolutely 100. Let me see who else. Samantha, Mary, tune into Sean show tomorrow at 7:30. Think about Higgins at trial. Testify he saw a male go in the house. What about that? Disclaimer. We're the ones. We said that. Spirit in the sky.
We're not saying that Higgins didn't go in the. I mean, we're not saying that John didn't go in the house.
Right.
We're not saying that. We're saying it could have started in front of the house.
Yes.
Started in the car. She seen something. She peeled off. She could have took that block and spun the block and see what was going on, and they could have went in the house. Because then that would explain these weird text messages, these weird, I could have clipped them, I thought I could have hit them. That could have explained all that. You know what I mean?
No.
If that, hold on. If that's even accurate, disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. If that's accurate through the eyes of Beetlejuice, that's all I'm saying. You know, if it's not accurate and it's all lies, and like I said, I don't even think they can use that in court. But Hank Brennan, if he finds truth to it, he's going to want to 100% have her admit to that. That's just all what I'm saying. They had Proctor's messages for over 2 years. They went through the trial, then he got suspended. Why did they wait so long? Because they needed him for the trial. If she would have got found guilty, would he got suspended?
Right. Or if they never came up. What if they never came up?
No, they did come up, but I'm
just saying, what if they didn't? Then that's why, you know.
What do you mean?
She said, I thought you were saying like she said Proctor's.
Yeah, the text messages when he talked a bunch of shit about her.
Yeah.
And then they suspended him over it.
Oh yeah, he's done. Yeah, I heard lost pension, everything.
Well, yo, you know what? Let's listen to some J.F.K. real quick.
Static selector. And no matter where I go, I feel
baby, I'm home, I'm home, I'm home. Come on. Rainy days, rainy nights when the pain hit. Mental health fragile. Don't let your brain flip. Had a child with your lady. Never claimed it. She takes care of your son, huh? That's some lame shit. Hold on to dreams. Don't let others see. They say they're sober. They fake recovery. I always reach out. Can't see my brother bleed, but he don't wanna listen. Rather run the streets. Chasing fame, such an entrepreneur. You ain't got that man's money. What you flaunting for? Nothing to call your own. Now you wanting more. Now you in group chats talking noise with your boys. Went from sipping Heineken, sipping on Stella. From boosting with the fellas, merchandise reselling. From a solid crew, now his man is telling. Having Fetty babies from the shit they sell. Home is where the heart is. Every day I'm in the zone. And no matter where I roam, I'm feeling right at home. I don't know my city, nothing. I take care of my own. And I rep my city everywhere that I go. Home is where the heart is. Every day I'm in the zone. And no matter where I roam, I'm feeling right at home. I don't know my city, nothing. I take care of my own. And I rep my city everywhere that I go. Come on. Driving in the whip, light drip with the rain guards. Can't believe the same shit, yo. We came far, grew up on the same street, cut the same cars, call a spade a spade. We was made stars. DYS, home on a bed crunch. Walkman, super bass, make your head bust. Damn low sweater, 96 North Face, embrace cold weather. And prison is the thing that brings us together. And this is the place that we run back to. Rep our city, verbally attack you. Chaos, negativity, what we attract to. Home is where the heart is, and I don't have to call you. Home is where the heart is. Every day I'm in the zone. And no matter where I roam, I'm feeling right at home. I don't know my city, nothing. I take care of my own. You don't owe anybody anything. You owe it to yourself and your family. Protect your growth. Welcome home.
Christmas time's coming up. It's a good song right there.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Home is where the heart is, you know what I mean? And you can't go backwards. And that's the meaning of that song, you know. We think that we owe our city something, you know. I don't owe my city nothing, but I represent it everywhere I go. And the only people you owe it to is your family. You got to protect your growth, because if you go backwards and argue with people about where you're from and get caught up in your, you know, the inner city politics or little town politics, such as Canton and Stoughton, you find yourself getting arrested for rubber duckies.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Arrested for rubber duckies, man.
Crazy is that, Johnny? Yeah. But yeah, you know, that's what it comes down to. And Pleasant Street Marblehead, yeah. Absolutely. That's what that was. That was actually at a place called what was the name of that?
Toys.
Yeah, it's the toy spot, and it's a little toy spot. I helped her out. She's the only toy store, like the only toys. It's called Mud Puddle.
Yes.
Mud Puddle Toys, and
Mud Puddle Toys.
yeah, it's dope in there. It's actually really big. If you guys are in Massachusetts, want to go get toys for your kids coming up this Christmas, it's cool. It's in a cool little town. There's a Starbucks up the street. It's a little town you can walk through. It just brings back that nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
You know,
I was just gonna say that to you. Does it have like old toys?
Oh, it has, yeah, Mud Puddle. Yeah, yeah, it has all type. It has all toys. It's a big store. It's got, like, you know what I mean. It has all, like, games, and it has everything you want. You know what I mean. But it's a local business. She bought the business. It's going to be 3 years this year, and she took it over, and that's her passion. You know, and this is the time of year that where she, you know, where she can make all her money. Yeah, she can make all her money and, you know, set up for next season. So it's cool to go down there. They put the lights on down there. It's cozy. It's cool. Marblehead's a great place. You know,
Yeah,
gotta love it.
is.
You know,
Yeah.
and that's what that is. But yeah, you know, I'll throw the number up one more time. See if anybody wants to call in. We'll give it 5 minutes. You know, we'll just yappity yap. And we'll see if anybody want to end us with a phone call. Is Karen Reed, you know, this text message right here, people. Is this real?
Michael Proctor.
Michael Proctor. Michael Proctor.
You know, is it a real text?
Yeah.
You know, this is allegedly to Turtle Boy. Turtle Boy can answer this question if it's real. It's a third party culprit type text message. It was her friend. who wrote this, forwarded it or whatever, and sent it to Turtle Boy. Allegedly, I don't know if it's real. But
Allegedly.
but this type of theme is the theme that's running with everything. Let me take this real quick. Hello, how we doing?
What up, what up, what up? It's Karen again.
What
Karen?
up?
Yes, I spoke to you last night.
Oh, really? Okay. How we doing? How we feeling? Can you hear it, James?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Karen. Speak up.
Hey.
What's going on?
Hey. Yeah, just talked to you guys last night.
Okay.
Just want to say, quick throw out. Love that you guys are like throwing out like the North Shore stuff. I don't know where you guys are really from.
Yeah, we're
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, I think I lost
Ooh.
him. Shit. Call back.
Call
My
back
bad.
if you're in. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think I lost her. Yeah, she was like, "Where you guys from?" Whoop whoop.
Yeah,
Security question.
Right. Yeah. No, we're North Shore area. We're 5 minutes from the city.
Oh, I don't think this is her though.
No.
From Dorothy.
Oh, we got Dorothy on the line.
got-
Dorothy, you're live with JFK and James Jackson. What can we help you with tonight?
Well, hello, the two J's. How are you guys?
How you doing?
Okay, great. I'm good. I wanted to answer your question about the text message.
Go ahead.
I do not believe it was real because I think if it was, they surely would have used it, right?
True.
Good point.
Okay. And another thing, I like your open-mindedness.
Okay.
Okay. Always keep an open mind. That's a great thing to have.
Absolutely. I appreciate that. Where you calling from, Dorothy?
Yeah. Oahu.
Where?
Hawaii.
Oh, Hawaii.
Oahu.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Oahu.
Wow. We got Hawaii in the house.
Yeah, I got
Did we talk
family
to you?
out there.
Did we talk to you before?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. All right, nice.
Yes.
And I don't know if necessarily that text message, like you said, that's a good point. But then again, it still could be real just because they couldn't use it. There's different things.
Well, if it is, I think Hank will bring it out, right? Hank for sure will.
What I'm saying is
that
these are the things that he's going to investigate. And he's gonna put. I just think he's gonna put it all together, not to use it against her, but to actually use it to get her to come on the stand to convict these people. Because I don't really think that she wants to get on the stand at this point. If she does know anything, or because let's just say she went on. Let me ask you this: if she went on the stand, he said that she knew there was a fight and that he got out the car pissed. Would that make you change your views on her?
No. Everybody gets in arguments. Yeah.
But she said there was no fight though at the beginning. Does that make her a liar though?
Oh, it depends. When did she state that? Was she still in shock? Was she drunk still? What premise did she
No, when
state
she
that
was on
under?
when she was on 2020, she didn't say it. She didn't look drunk on 2020.
Oh no. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't hear you say that part. I'm sorry.
I'm saying
Yeah,
if she went on the stand and she said, "Listen, I was at the bar the whole ride to Fairview Road. I knew there was going to be a fight," and she still went there, and she knew there was a fight. She never mentioned it though. She never mentioned it the next morning. She never mentioned it a week later, 2 weeks later. She didn't mention it even when she got in. She mentioned it when she got indicted. She said, "Oh, they beat him up," but she still didn't say, "I was there. I know they beat him up. I remember the phone call." She didn't write no statements, none of that stuff. So the question is, if she comes forward and says she knew everything, does that make you change your mind? Like, do you think this could have went a different way if she would have just said, "Hey, listen, I know I was talking to this guy Higgins. John was mad. He was pissed off. He wanted to fight, and and that's what happened." If she would have said that from the jump, do you think that this could have took a different direction?
Oh, absolutely. Oh my gosh. Yes. Totally.
So if she turns around now and she gets on the stand and she comes forward with that, is that going to make you change your mind? Like, wow, this girl did all this?
Gosh, you had me, and then I got lost.
That's what I'm saying is, if she gets on the stand and she says something different and says that she knew there was going to be a fight, she knew that Higgins and him was going to fight, would you feel a different way about her?
At least I have a lot of family there.
Well, I'd be pissed at her. Yeah, I
Okay.
would wonder why she didn't tell the truth.
Okay, so here's the deal, right? Here's the deal. So now, since I got a person with an open mind on the phone line from Hawaii, it took a person all the way from Hawaii to have an open mind. Jesus, right? Since I got someone with an open mind, just bear with me for a second. So now, you're right. You're gonna be mad at her, right? That's now Hank Brennan gets justice, doesn't he? Though, if Hank Brennan gets her on the stand and makes her out herself and humbles her, she gets justice, not in the court of law doing time, but to the public opinion. And then they go after Brian Albert, the people who actually killed him. And
I got you. Don't say no more. I got you. Okay, wait. I got you right there. I got it. Yes, but it keeps wanting to leave my mind for some reason.
Say what?
Every time I understand what you're saying, okay, I understand, I got it. But then as soon as I try to think about it, it leaves my mind. It's not.
All right, so look.
It's not.
Brian Albert, Hank Brennan, right? He finds out through the grapevine. Some of these text messages was real. He finds out through the grapevine that she truly believes she clipped him because there was a fight in front of the house, or she seen him get out the truck mad. He knows for a fact she knows more than what she's saying. Hank Brennan, the prosecutor, Beetlejuice. We'll call him Beetlejuice because it's a lot easier to remember Beetlejuice than a guy named Hank. So Beetlejuice. He knows that she knows more than what she's saying. He makes a deal on the side with Yannetti and Jackson and says, listen, if she gets on the stand and she comes 100% what she knows and what she had involved in this, involved is a bad word, but what she knew about this, right?
What she witnessed. What she witnessed.
Perfect. What she witnessed, even if it makes her look like shit. She admits she was drunk. She admits she sniffed coke. She admits that she punched a dog in the face. Whatever it is that she might have did, you know what I'm saying? I'm just hypothetical.
Yeah. All that don't matter. Yeah,
all that
right.
Don't matter.
Right.
She does that. It makes the family happy. Now the family knows the truth, and now she says it, and then he turns around mid-trial, Hank Brennan, and he pulls the plug. Ladies and gentlemen, we're looking not to go any further with this case, right? Because now he got the video footage, he's got them lying on the stand, and he's got Karen saying, I know this is what happened. I seen it. I was there. Her testimony. He pulls the plug on the manslaughter. The case gets dropped. The public opinion, everybody's like, wow, I can't believe she didn't just say that from the beginning. And everybody has their own, opinion about her. And then these people are eating out of Hank Brennan's hands, Beetlejuice's hands, because now they all want to cop a deal. They start crumbling, and then he charges them accordingly. Do you think that's a way that he can manipulate the system, as the Commonwealth of Massachusetts does? They manipulate things every day. He can manipulate the system to get justice and get the story, the real story.
I think Hank can do it. I think Beetlejuice can do it.
Oh, there we go. And that's all I'm trying to say.
It took me a while to get there.
I know.
But I got you.
But that doesn't mean I think Karen Reed's guilty. And
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But don't you think Higgins would crack first?
Well, I think it's just at the point where they have I don't know what it is. There's just something there. There has to be, unless the feds come in the 24th hour and they arrest everybody, and then this conversation is null and void. You know what I mean? But I just don't know. I don't know. There's got to be something to where it's making it real tricky that they can't just get this gone. And I know everybody wants to say corruption and this and that. We all know it is corruption, from the bottom up, all that. But at this point, they got to find a way to fix it. Do I think Higgins? I think Higgins already cracked, right? He already said that he was in the house. He already did.
Right, and he saw a tall, dark guy.
Now, I mean, you think the feds?
Guy.
You think the feds would already come in? And the question is, what are they? How do they want to do it? I think they're all going to sit in a room and come up with a way to make this go away. That's how I think they're going to do it. I don't think they're going to come at it the way they came at P. Diddy, Sandra Birchmore. It's just different. It's one of their own. I know it's similar to Birchmore because he was a cop too, but I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I'm freestyling right now, and I don't want to go off the top and say something that doesn't make sense. So I'm going to stop there. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But that's just an option. Thank you for calling.
Thank you for your open mindedness.
I appreciate you, and you stay good out there. Aloha.
Aloha, mahalo.
Okay, peace and love. Great phone call. Great phone. Very nice. You want to touch upon that, James?
Yeah. Just so much. I mean, there was so much there. Like you said, we don't want to get off topic here, but it makes sense. And if she just comes in, says everything, Hank's gonna get justice for both sides, and that's what Hank's gonna do. I believe. And then he steps up too. He looks good. Then he takes Morrissey's jobs when the feds take him for whatever.
You're live with JFK and James Jackson, bringing the heat.
Yeah, you hung up on me earlier, my friend.
Yeah,
what's up?
Yeah, I do. I'm at Marlin Station. Can you come pick me up?
Oh my God! Is somebody really at Marlin Station asking me to come pick them up?
I'm at Marlin Station, dude. Can you come get me?
Bring cigarettes.
I got 4 Clonopins, dude. I can give you, kid, and a Dunkin' Donuts card, kid. If you come get me right now, take me to Walgreens, dude.
Yeah, if you don't go to Marlin Station. Be clear.
Is somebody asking me to come pick them up?
Can you come get me at Marlin Station, dude? Can you come get me at Marlin Station? I'm at Marlin Station. I'm all fucked up now. I got some boxing strips, guy. I hook you right up, guy. Dunkin' Donuts, guy. Do you go to Target?
Episode of Fuckery Donuts is brought to you by Suboxone.
Do you go to Target, dude? Do you go to Target, kid? I got a Target card, kid. Can you come get me at Marlin Station?
I have fentanyl test strips. I'll help you out.
Oh!
I'll help you out. I'll help you out. Yeah, 100%.
Go ahead. What's the deal? Go ahead. This is JFK. Go ahead, man. What you want to talk about?
So I can't figure out if you guys are South Shore or North Shore, and it's pissing me the fuck off. I can't figure it out. I'm like, I don't know if these kids, I don't know.
You didn't just see my video?
I just saw that. Oh yeah, that was sweet, but I didn't figure it out.
You didn't
I don't
figure
know
it out.
If, you guys are
it says entering Lynn right in it. I'm from Lynn.
All right, you were like a Pazzaluna kid. I know I have like 20, 30 years on. I have like 20, 30 years on James, and probably I have I'm 50.
Wait,
I'm way older. Yeah, but I don't know if you like Pazzaluna kids or
Pazzaluna kids.
Oh, did you ever go to Pazzaluna back in the day?
Pazzaluna, where's that at? Where you from? Let's get that straight.
What? I'm Malden. I grew up in Malden. What about the
You're from Malden?
On Saturday? Yes.
Yeah, I do.
Rocky on Saturday nights and.
Ask her if she remembers Club Play.
I did a Knicks, you know, the Coglianos, you know, everybody
Ask
her. You know, you know all the DJs, you know,
we know the
Christy
DJs.
Simone, you know, all my boys.
Yeah, we know Chris. They
know
us,
you know Eric
too.
Caswell, you know, all those boys.
Yeah, we know them.
So those are the people I graduated
How
with.
old are you?
You know, what? I just told you. Why am I telling you again on TV?
I didn't hear you.
I'm old.
How old?
I'm a lot older than you.
But how old are you?
I'm as old as those people. 50.
You're 50?
Yeah,
that's not old.
You're not even old. You're not even that older than us, man. You got me for 2. I'm 40. I'm 48.
I'm 42.
All right, so you partied at all the same places I went to.
Yeah, dude. Hold on, my friend wants to talk to you. I'm at Marlin.
Wait, what was the place in the world? What was the place in Lynn across the street from Burger King? That was the best place ever.
Yeah.
It
was
like
called.
it was.
Yeah. It was. What was it called? The World or something like that. I remember it.
No. It was like.
Oh, the
You
Shaman.
went there after hours. The Shaman, the best place ever.
Yeah.
I want to go back there.
You want to go
Mike
back there?
Bear, like
Well,
Mike
listen.
Bear,
Hey,
like was like the one.
why don't you
trying
play?
to get us.
Why don't you put on some Stevie B right now, right, and blast it real loud?
Stevie B. Oh no, I'm going to see Slick Rick on October 26th at the Lynn Stadium.
Teenage Love.
Going to see what? Oh, Teenage Love. Yeah. Hey, young world.
Oh, sing
we're
it,
going
girl.
to see them.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you could sing
But
the first
listen,
four.
here's my question.
Hold on. Sing the first 4
No,
bars.
I'm not going to sing it.
The first
I'm going
4
to
bars
see
of Hey Young
Lottie
World.
Dottie, everything.
Go ahead.
What?
I want the first 4 bars of Lottie Dottie. Go ahead. Give me the first 4 lines. Go ahead. Lottie Dottie. We like to party. We don't
like to party. We don't cause trouble. We don't bother nobody. We're just some men that's on the mic. And when we rock up on the mic, we rock the mic. What? For all of y'all, keeping y'all in hell. Just to see you smile and enjoy yourself.
Everybody in the chat.
Cool when you cause a cozy condition and that you create, because that's our mission. So listen to what we say, because this type of shit happens every day. I woke up around 10 o'clock in the morning. I gave us a... All right, no more.
Went to the bathroom to wash up. I threw some soap on my face.
She brought him donuts. I drove to 34 Fairview. And I saw her get out and brought him donuts. 6 donuts. I've been doing it for years.
She likes to come by and bring like coffee and donuts.
My hands upon a cup. I said, mirror, mirror on the wall. Who is the top choice of them all? There was a rubber double. 5 minutes it lasted. The mirror said, you are. You conceited bastard. All right.
Oh, good job.
Right now I'm so embarrassed.
Hey, what's your name? What's your name?
Karen.
Karen? Okay, Karen. We're gonna do it like this real quick for Karen, right? And you know how we're gonna do it.
All right, I can't believe I just made an ass out of myself.
You didn't make an ass out of yourself. We're gonna do it big. We're gonna do it big for Karen. We got to do it the right way for Karen.
Yeah.
Right? If you guys had one word to describe Karen, what would it be? Just one word. This is your chat, people. Let's go. Woo. Yeah. Let's go. Hey. Chill. Nice. Fun.
They think we're talking about Karen Reed. Resilient. Engaging.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah. Right.
Like, I would love to, like, get together, you guys. Like, we don't have anything really on, like, the North
So you
Shore.
want to
Like,
you want to take me and James out to eat?
Yeah, I'll take you and James out to eat. Where do you guys want to go?
Let's go to Mission on the Bay.
Mission on the Bay sucks.
Sucks, dude?
Yeah, like, we'll go to Rossetti's, or like, we'll go to Rossetti's or something. Like, let's go to like something place where there's good food.
Let's go to C.F. McCarthy's.
I'll go there.
Well, listen, Karen, right? Hit us up.
But listen, I have a question.
So go for your question.
My question is, so like, Higgins, right? The sad little boy that, like, will you date me? No. And like, like Higgins, that's such a fucking pussy. He's so sad. But he like said, I saw a tall man in the house. Can somebody explain this? Who's the tall man and why is he saying this? And why is this not getting any, like, nobody's like talking about this? Like,
right,
is he covering? Is he covering for himself? Is he?
So Karen,
What's going on with that?
what we're gonna do is right. We're gonna hang up with you, and me and James are gonna talk about it because you can't hear what James is saying. So we'll hang up and we're gonna talk about it. Listen to what we got to say about that question. All right.
All right. I love you guys. And
We love you
James,
too.
you keep strong. You guys keep strong. And buddy, you and I'm going to see you running down the beach, and I'm going to be like, JFK, it's Karen.
Word
All
up.
right?
Hey,
we're good friends. We're good friends. You're invited to the Christmas party. All right. Love
Cool.
you.
Let's do it. Peace.
Oh, nice.
All right.
All right, bye.
Nice. All right. So,
That's
what you got to say about that, there, James? Why the
what
6
was it?
foot the dude in the house, Higgins,
Well,
6 foot. No one's talking about it. Who's he talking about?
I mean, well, to answer that question, JFK's been saying this. Brian Higgins is saying that to protect, because if you remember, there was a trial prior. So Brian Higgins is basically saying that in case, he's protecting himself is what he's doing. He's saying that he might have seen a 6'2" male in the house. So by him saying that, that's why I was saying earlier, that kind of made sense in the beginning before that girl, Latino went out in left field. In the beginning, it was like she said he was afraid. I could see him being afraid.
Yeah, she said that he called. So her question was like basically, why ain't nobody talking about it? That should be
Right.
like, front and center, and it should be. You're right.
It should. You're right.
It really
But-
should be because it's basically he's saying he's basically saying that John was in the house just in case somebody breaks, and the feds come in and try to scoop him up and say you lied under oath. He'll say, "What are you talking about? I didn't lie. I just
didn't
told
lie.
you. I thought I seen something. I thought I
told
seen
you.
a 6'2".
Yep.
It's just backing himself up. He knew what he was doing. He's a cop at the end of the day. He's been on the
he's
stand a million times.
ATF. You know how many times and like I seen the Vegas PD talking about this. These guys train with other scenarios. They train with criminals, so like how a criminal would respond.
Yeah,
he knows what he's doing.
Let's take this last one right here.
From
Mike.
Mike, what's going on? You're live with JFK, James Jackson. How we feeling?
Pretty good, my man. How you guys doing?
We're doing all right. We're in a stolen car right now.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Go for it.
Why are you in Atlanta? Are you running from the police there out of Massachusetts?
Yeah, man, I'm on the run, bro.
I mean, come on, man.
I'm on the run. I've been on the run since '88, since Beetlejuice came out.
Yeah.
God bless you, man.
Thank you, brother.
Hey, I just want to let you know, I called you a couple of days ago. I was from North Carolina. I did the butt dial at the end of your show.
Yeah, you did the butt dial. How was the hurricane? You get smashed or what? I heard it got bad up there.
Yeah, no, it missed us where I'm at. So we did pretty good, though.
I felt
didn't
the winds.
see any devastation.
I felt the winds, man. I felt the winds.
Yeah.
Them winds were crazy.
Copy that.
Go ahead, man. What you got to say?
About that Higgins.
Mm-hmm.
He was under a proctor, remember? So he couldn't lie about seeing a 6'2" man in the house, right?
Right, he couldn't.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Now another thing I had, that Karen, she was the last caller. She was awesome, totally awesome. And Latina. She brings a lot of receipts every time. I see her on a lot of shows. She knows stuff. I'm telling you, she's right up there. She's right in there. What else did I want to say? I want to hear Snake Bitten before you guys cut the show off tonight. Can you do that for me?
I can do it. And also, what I would tell you is, right, where you stream your music at? Where do you listen to your music?
I'm actually, I like the classic rock. I'm a drummer. I do classic rock.
No, but I'm saying when you listen to music, where do you go listen to it at? Like what? With Spotify, Apple Music? Where do you go?
YouTube.
Trouble.
Where?
Trouble.
I don't even know what that is, but JFK is on there. Read between the lines. I'm sure. I'll definitely play that for you, my man.
Well, I appreciate that.
And I appreciate the call. Go ahead.
I've got one more thing to say.
Go ahead.
The FBI, they when Karen was in court, they dropped the 3,000. How many pages was it? 3,040 or something?
Yeah.
400? I don't know.
They gave
Well,
they gave the Commonwealth everything they needed to throw this shit out. That's a fact.
right. Now, Beetlejuice, back then when he was with Whitey,
yeah,
he was a defense lawyer, correct?
Right.
Well, now he's putting the prosecutor hat on. I'm
Yeah,
hoping he's going to do the right thing.
But he wore the prosecutor hat before that, too. So he
there
jumped
you
back.
go.
So go ahead.
Right. No, yeah, but so do you think? I mean, he's going to get a suitcase full of money, from what I heard.
Indeed.
And with the FBI being involved with all this, like you said, I think that they're going to let it go so far. I think the FBI is trying to let Morrissey save a little face for the Commonwealth before they step in and pull the plug. That's just my personal thought. I could be totally wrong.
Right. I mean, it's a good thought, right? I mean, so far that's what it's looking like, man. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what I'm feeling.
That's what I
That's
hope.
what I'm
So.
feeling.
I hope so. You know, I would like it to go that way. I would like the manslaughter to get back on the table. I would like, for my personal mind, I would like it to go 2 weeks of a manslaughter trial, and I would like Hank Brennan to say we're withdrawing. We don't want to do this case no more. Have all these people, Brian Albert and J.F.K, think that oh yeah, we're gonna win, and they just dismiss it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they got no choice but to start signing statements on each other, and that's it. They start packing their shit, packing their toothbrush. I would like it to go that way. I would like to, a little vindictive, since they want to be vindictive pieces of shit, But yeah, Mike, thanks for calling, man, and we'll talk to you soon, my brother.
Yeah. All right, and don't forget, snake bitten for me.
I got you, bro. I got you,
James,
brother.
take it easy, bro.
Peace.
Take it easy, Mike. Mike.
Hello.
Linda.
Who we got?
Hi, it's Linda.
Hey, Linda. Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Maryland.
Oh, Linda.
I called last night.
Okay, Linda.
How are y'all doing tonight?
We're doing all right. We stole an airplane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Where you going to fly
Trying to land right now.
Anyway, I just have a comment to make. When you were speaking with Latina,
yes,
I believe what she's saying on another. I'm not going to say where I heard it because I don't want to get in trouble. But I heard through the grapevine the same thing, that the trial is not going to continue. It's going to be delayed January when it was supposed to start. And then what I heard now, it's what I heard, so I'm not saying it's definite because I don't want to get in trouble. I heard that Allie McCabe spilled the beans.
Oh.
Allie McCabe. Yes, I heard that.
So let me ask you this, Linda. If she spilled the beans, what are we waiting for?
I don't know, but I was thinking the same thing. What are they waiting for? I've been thinking this all along. What I think is that it's much bigger than Karen Reed. I think there's so much more corruption that they're getting, everything lined up, that they're just going to dismantle that whole county. And it's just probably going to be unbelievable. We're not going to believe it. That's what I think.
Well, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. In that county right up the street, right next door in Worcester County in Central Mass, right up the block, not too far from where they're at, they still didn't say nothing about this state trooper. So I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. Massachusetts has been getting away with corruption and laws all the time. I mean, I wouldn't hold your breath.
Well,
I wouldn't hold your breath.
You just said it. They've been getting away with it, and look how everything.
But hold on, you think the feds
intertwined.
you think the feds are going to come in? Like the feds, like the same guys who.
Yes, I think that's what I think.
The
I think
feds are
that's
not
what's going to happen.
the feds are not Batman and Robin. They're cops.
No, I think they're not going to come in like a bat out of hell. I mean, I think they're just going to make some kind of public announcement. They're going to make arrests. And anyway, that's what I heard. Now, if it's true or not, I don't know. But I heard that Allie McCabe couldn't take it anymore, and that she spilled the beans. Because remember where she
So she
said that
spilled the
she
beans on her
wasn't
mother?
on what happened.
So-
She broke, like, she cracked, whatever
But
you
I'm
call it.
saying, Linda, so that means she ratted on her mother.
Her own
Yes,
mother.
that means she ratted on her mother. Maybe her conscience is
So I
bothering
was
her.
close.
I mean, sometimes in
Maddie
life,
M.
your family comes first, yes, but if it's something so horrible that you can't live with
Hold
it,
on a
you
second.
may have to tell the
I think
truth.
I see Allie walking down the street. Allie, you need a ride, Allie? All right, no problem, Allie. All right. Shit, Allie's walking, man. She ruined her life. Her parents hate her.
You're funny.
Damn, Allie.
Allie,
will
geez.
say. The whole case itself, everything, it's so far out. I mean, nothing would surprise me anymore. I mean, every time you turn around, it's something like it's hard to comprehend because it's so far left in the left field, So, but I did hear that, and then of course, I believe that Karen is innocent, and I do believe, but I do want justice for John, and justice for him with whomever the people were that murdered him should be arrested.
Well, we know who did it.
And,
If Allie ratted people out, we know who did it, right?
I think Brian Albert did it, is what I think. I think Brian Albert.
Big bad Brian A.
Because and you were talking about the waterfall, the body language, peacocking, used the word peacocking. It's almost like they were getting ready, for them, the way they were talking amongst themselves. And I think John, who knows, maybe he saw Karen's phone. You never know, an earlier date. And he knew what was going on. And then, and perhaps he wanted to confront Higgins. You never know. I mean, and he thought,
that's
exactly
what happened, if you ask me. That's based on what I seen. That's exactly what happened. But Linda, I appreciate your call. Call again anytime.
Okay, one more thing. I want to hear Snake Bitten too.
Nice. I appreciate the love, girl.
My favorite.
Yes. Nice, girl. I appreciate you so much, Linda. Call anytime,
Thank
sweetheart.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
That's awesome. I love the love. I love the love. And now keep in mind, people, disclaimer. Your man J.F.K. wrote a song called Snake Bitten. Took my time. Got my man Holly Supreme on the hook. Static Selector, one of the best producers on the planet, mix and master it. Recorded by my man Dylan out here in Decatur, Georgia. My man James Burns on the beat. I wrote the whole song because I truly believe that Karen Reed is innocent. But I'm just trying to understand what the hell the holdup is. Why ain't we getting justice for John O'Keefe? Why ain't Karen Reed walking around like we're walking around, not worrying about the police coming to arrest her? And this is the last one. See who it is.
Marianne.
Marianne, what's going on? You're live with JFK and James.
Hi, JFK and James.
Hey, how you feeling?
Not too bad. How are you?
Where you calling from?
Boston area.
The Boston area.
Nice.
Boston
Go
area.
ahead.
So it's really bad here, and the crime's getting worse too.
Oh yeah.
But I wanted to call. I always try to catch you guys live. In the last show you had, I caught it on the replay. But you guys were talking about the glass, and you were talking about him throwing the glass, and that being maybe what could have happened. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So you do know that the glass that they found was analyzed and tested 4 times, and each time it doesn't match the glass that came from the waterfall.
Could have been another glass inside the car or something. I mean, we're just. Go ahead. I'll let you go. Go ahead.
Okay, I was just wondering if you got, because I know sometimes you guys throw stuff out there, so as could have been, and I didn't know if you knew that fact. So that day I was listening to the show, and I was like, oh my gosh, do they know that it didn't match? Even though Lunchbox Lally tried to say that it
Lunchbox
matched.
Lally, nice.
Lunchbox.
He is.
That's a
He
good
is
one. That's a good one.
He packs
Yeah.
his own
And
lunch.
then the other thing is, I wanted to know, did you see the I don't know what it's called. It's what Mark Bedrow filed with the court yesterday.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
with Turtle Boy. You want to expand on it a little bit and tell us exactly what happened though? Like sum it up. What exactly happened? What was he saying?
Well, a lot of the stuff that he's calling for, I think Officer Guerrero, I think I said his name right.
Yeah.
The one who does the Celebrite and the phones. So there was some text messages that were sent between Krusty Panties. I don't know what her real name is.
Yeah. The girl he got problems with. She's actually one of the girls that was on Court TV and all that too, right?
Was she on Court? What do you mean on Court TV?
I think, is that the girl that went on Court TV saying justice for John O'Keefe and all that other stuff? And
Oh yeah,
took you a while,
yeah.
Jeff.
She was out protesting one
fake
day or
news.
supporting the O'Keefes, but she's that girl's got a lot of issues.
Oh, they all do.
And yeah, and then that girl Lindsay. So Lindsay and Krusty Panties were they were texting with Attorney Mello. So Attorney Mello's getting called in. I think those three are going to be in a lot of trouble because they were definitely, it was a conspiracy.
Who's Mello?
Attorney Mello.
Who's he? Which one's that though? Who's he? Like just a regular attorney? Like where's he coming to the fold?
He's the attorney that I'm trying to think who had him. One of the people, the witnesses, they all lawyered up. So one of them had Attorney Mello. Attorney Mello's connected with the what do you guys call him? Big Brian A.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he's connected with them. So
someone say he's a special prosecutor.
Was talking with Lindsay, and it was a setup to get Turtle Boy over to Lindsay's house because she was trying to get him arrested. She was trying to say that she was pregnant and she was going to abort her baby right there. So
I remember hearing something about that way back.
Yes. So that was the setup. So Mello was involved in that, and he made Lindsay a witness the day before she met with Turtle Boy. So that made Turtle Boy, what do you call that when you go against an order? He was.
Yeah, she broke the restraining order.
He broke the restraining. He violated.
Restraining order. Yeah, so he broke that. And that's how he got arrested.
So Turtle Boy was having sex with this girl then, right? If she said she was pregnant, I mean, obviously, right?
Well, they had dated from September to, I think it was September to December, and then they broke it off. They didn't really. They were like water and vinegar.
Wow. So he was smashing this chick, huh?
I thought he has kids.
No, let's not get crazy.
No, but I'm saying if she said she was pregnant, he was having sex with her.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
That's what I meant by that's what I meant. But that's what I meant about smashing. That's another term for having sex.
Okay. Yeah. So they were definitely in a relationship, and she played the I'm pregnant card, and then she didn't want nothing to do with him. And I don't know if at that time she had the restraining order or he just had a restraining order to stay against away from the witnesses. But she was working with Mello. Mello made her a witness, so that way he was breaking the restraining order, and that's how they got him arrested. They put him in jail for 60 days. They worked together collectively to do this.
Oh, to violate his bail. Exactly.
And Guerrero.
Guess what?
What?
That type of shit happens every day.
Every day.
Poor Turtle Boy did 60 days. Well, Turtle Boy, toughen up, buddy. 60 days ain't shit. Like, you know, and I mean that with all due respect. I'm just saying, like, you know, this is what they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when you play with fire, play with the cops, and they hate you, they're coming to. I want to be clear. They did something where it's no different if they had a kid on probation. You know what I mean? Like they know the kid's on probation. We'll get him arrested. He'll violate probation. He'll go to jail. And even if they don't get him to do the full suspended sentence, they'll get him to get detained because he violated he got rearrested, and you can't get bail on a probation surrender. So peep the parallel what I'm saying before. Disclaimer. Hold on. I said, poor Turtle Boy, please don't screenshot this and send it to him and there's a Turtle Boy JFK war, because that's not what.
Prayers for Turtle Boy.
Prayers for Turtle Boy. No, but what I'm saying is that this is what the police do when I talk about all the time manipulating the system. They find ways, the same way with the rubber duckies, the same way they found a way to get him violation of his bail, and they held him for 60 days. The same way in probation, a kid got probation, they arrest him. There's no such thing as bail on a probation surrender. You either let him go on a personal recognizance or you detain him. 9 times out of 10, they detain you and give you a 30-day date. And no matter what, even if after 30 days you have a probation surrender and you prove that by the preponderance of evidence that you didn't violate your probation, you still got held for 30 damn days. So these the police, the DAs, they all figure out ways to ruin your fucking life.
Yep.
Period. So that's why JFK is involved in this. If you look at my DYS Untold, I talk about these things. So all this type of stuff you're saying don't surprise me. Now, unfortunately, he's the one that had to go through it. He had to get arrested in front of his kids, which is horrible. They went up in his house. All that shit is just uncalled for. And it sucks. But now he has a number. And, and it doesn't matter. And hopefully they pay him. You know what I mean? For all the shit that he went through, they pay him. Hopefully he's one of the people that come out of this with some money in his pocket. Because most of us came up with nothing but a criminal record. We can't even seal our shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just want to be clear.
And I do believe that, I mean, it could just be me, but I think everybody that does their YouTubes or Twitter feeds or whatever it is, I mean, there's some pretty nasty, these people that are framing Karen. I mean, look at that way that guy Yuri behaved with the friggin' ducky. I mean, my gosh, get a grip, pal. It's a stupid plastic.
Yeah,
ducky.
but it's not. But not to be on the side of this guy, because disclaimer. Hold on, hit him with the disclaimer, James. Disclaimer.
This episode is fuckery donuts.
Disclaimer. We don't want Samantha. We got Samantha in the chat. We don't want Samantha to fucking blow a head gasket. You know what I mean? She might put me on blast, right?
Well, I think everybody that is speaking up for Karen or for Turtle Boy or for JFK, anybody who speaks up, it's everybody wants to, not everybody, but the people that are against Karen, Turtle Boy, anybody, they're powerful people. They're in positions of power.
Well, that's the thing, though. If you show up to someone's, if you show up to someone's place of work and they're a witness for a murder case, regardless of how you see it, right? Regardless if she's innocent or not guilty, regardless of how we see it, I mean, you're playing with fire. Welcome to the Commonwealth. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, they wanted to prove a point. They don't care if it was rubber duckies. To them, it's a docket number. And guess what? Now you're on the Now you're on the docket. Doesn't matter if it was a rubber. Let me give you a quick parallel. One of my boys was on probation a long time ago. This was back in 1995, right?
Yeah.
He was on probation. He had a 2.5 year suspended. Just had a baby he just had a baby in 94, right? And he was driving a moped, right? His license was suspended. And he was driving a fucking moped, right? A moped with pedals on it. A little pooch, a maxi sport. You know what I mean? It goes 25 miles per hour. Couldn't even make it up a hill. You had to stop. You had to stop pedaling the bitch to get up the hill.
Bro,
right? Listen, the cops pull him over. You got a license? No. He gets arrested for driving without a license. The judge didn't give a shit that it was a moped. The judge just seen that he was driving without a license. Violation of his probation, 2 years in fucking jail.
Yep.
Wow.
So it doesn't matter. This ducky shit doesn't matter. It's a docket to them. You can't go to the judge and say, but Your Honor, it was a little rubber ducky with free Karen Reed. They're going to go, but Your Honor, he is a witness for a murder trial.
Right.
We don't know if that rubber ducky was a bomb. Like, yo, they're going to flip it. and and that's it. It's a docket. Now, do I think that when push comes to shove and it gets to the head and it gets to
disclaimer. The
disclaimer,
rubber ducky.
Yeah. So when it gets to the end of that and they figure out what's what, these people are still going to be in court for 6-7 months of their life. And and even if they they'll end up copping out to continued out of finding. That's the funny thing. They're not going to go to trial. They'll end up copping out to continued out of finding.
I
don't think in this one, because there's really too much dirt that's coming out. Bedrow's really going to pull a lot of dirt out of this. That's my own thoughts on this. I mean, in that, I think it was 14-page letter that Mark Bedrow wrote. I mean, I listened to it. I listened to it twice. I mean, you have to listen to it like 5 times to get all the details out of it, because he's just got everything in there. He just packed it. But don't you think it's funny that all these people have, they're witnesses, but none of them were there and none of them saw nothing.
Oh, that, of course. None of them seen a body. You know why they didn't see a body? You know why they didn't see a body? Because there was no body there. That's why.
Yeah, it was in the basement.
There was nobody there. They know that. And and like I said, that's the $1 million. That's why it's so confusing, and the reason why I say what I say. It's like, I mean, you want me to trust the feds, you want me to believe this, you want me to believe that. Hey man, I've been sitting there waiting. I wasted time, man. I sat back and watched this trial. I thought the feds were gonna come in the first 2 weeks of the trial. I thought they were gonna like it was gonna be like breaking news, I really truly believe that. And now here we are, almost, it's damn near almost, what? It's been what? May, June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, it's the time he gets to trial, it's been almost a year. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm not holding my breath.
I'm not either. And there's a few people that have their YouTube channels, and they're always talking about, the feds are coming, And I'm like,
you know why they want the feds to come? They're gonna keep telling you the feds are coming because they're not. I don't want to speak on. Hold on, James, throw it up. Disclaimer.
We're just
disclaimer.
saying.
Disclaimer. I'm not speaking on everybody, but they don't want to tell you that because they don't want to lose viewers. They don't want to lose subs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They think everybody will get tired.
No,
it's a fact.
It's a fact. If I turn around and I say, listen, man, Karen Reed's going to jail. I believe she's innocent. Oh, throw it up again. Disclaimer. Yo, hold on. But if I said Karen Reed was guilty, right?
Guilty.
I mean, excuse me. Karen Reed's going to get found guilty, right? Disclaimer. I don't think she's guilty. But if I say I think she's going to get found guilty and the feds ain't coming, everybody's by tomorrow I'll lose 100 subscribers.
Yep.
That's a fact. I'll look at my subscribing list and there'll be 100 people unsubscribed because that's their payback. I subscribe to you. How dare you talk like that? The feds are coming. Unsubscribe. The feds are coming. Unsubscribe. So, we're not going to play that game. You want to unsubscribe to me? That's fine. Maybe you'll subscribe again. I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know if the feds are coming. I mean, I truly believe that they should, based on everything we know. I mean, shouldn't they? But then again, I don't know. I mean, I think my honest opinion, sweetheart, is that I think Hank Brennan is going to be the guy that's going to clean it up.
I know. I keep hearing you say Beetlejuice, and I'm like, but wasn't Beetlejuice the bad guy?
Exactly. And so ain't Hank Brennan. He's a bad guy. He's a zombie just like the rest of them. He's a fucking zombie too. All these guys, they work in this dark environment. Listen, let me explain something. If you're a bartender at a strip club, right? Does it make a difference if you're a bartender versus being
it doesn't mean you're a stripper.
You're not a stripper, but you still live in that dark environment. You're seeing people throw $100 bills off girls' asses, drunk dudes. You're hearing all the talk, all the slander. You got to go home to your kids smelling like booze. You're in that environment, so you're part of the zombies. Like it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if that's a good parallel, but it's what I'm trying to say is he's amongst these people, and you got to be a bad guy. You got to be a savage. You got to be a zombie to fight zombies. You can't be a regular person. So he's a zombie too. But hopefully he's a good zombie. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
I don't think so. I think they're paying that guy all the money. He's not going to go in there and try to hang her.
Nah.
That's what I think. He's going to go in there and try to hang her. That's what he's getting paid for. He's not getting paid for anything else. If it was in a different state, maybe. This is Massachusetts. I'm telling you, I live here. It is bad.
Oh yeah,
it is. We live here.
You know, I always.
But at the end of the day, what you got to look at the swerve, though, you got to look at if Morrissey wants to make this go away and make him look like the hero, he's going to figure out a way.
Oh, by bringing him, well, maybe. I hope you're right.
I hope so too. You know, that's the only way. What you say?
No, go ahead.
No, good. What you just say? Go ahead.
I was gonna say the first time I listened to you guys, so I didn't really get your humor and all that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was right. It seemed like you guys were like you thought she did it. And I listened to you guys one time. I'm like, I said unfollow.
She's admitting to it.
I'm like, no, it's their way of it's a comedy. I don't know what you do. But I didn't really get how you.
Well, you know, listen. If you look at the way I post this, it's under entertainment at the end of the day. If you want me to just talk about 3,000 pages of federal fucking paperwork and you want me to be better-o, I'm not better-o, man. I'm not going to sit here and hit you with statues and all that shit. That's what he gets paid to do. I ain't got time to look at statues and all that shit. He went to school for all that. Now, if you want me to kick some rhymes and shit, I could do that for you all day. You know what I'm saying? But you know, so that's what I think people gotta understand. When you click on this channel, you're getting JFK and James Jackson. You're not getting the other guys, and they want us to be the other guys. We're not the other guys. That's like listening to Michael Jackson and wanting to hear Prince. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, that's what we are. We got flavor over here, man. You know, we're gonna kick it, and we've been through the system. James been through the system. I've been through the system. Dare I say, half these other dudes, and I don't mean that make us. I'm not. Hold on.
Not glorifying it.
Hold on. Disclaimer. Disclaimer.
Not glorifying it.
We're not glorifying it, and we're not saying that makes us better than anybody else. We're just saying this shit happens every day. We're like you're talking about Boston. That's where we from. You see the hats.
I know you're from.
You see the bees. You see the bees. They're buzzing all over your screen. You know what I mean? Do you see the trailer at the beginning of the? Do you see the trailer? Hold on a second. Let me. Do you see the trailer at the beginning of the lives? We're out there at the Boston Garden. I don't see nobody else out there at the Garden asking them questions. We was out there with the Boston police with free Karen Reed T-shirts. No disrespect. Hold on a second, yo. Throw it up. Disclaimer. Not at one of these standouts that they have, and I'm not against the standout. We go into the belly of the beast where you're not supposed to be, and we ask people the question: do you think Karen Reed's guilty or not guilty? With free Karen Reed T-shirts on our back in front of the Boston PD. You know what I mean? In front of the cops. So what I'm trying to say is at the end of the day, we just know how this shit works. And we're just saying that the Commonwealth can get creative. That's all we're saying. We've seen it time and time again.
Absolutely, they can. And one of the things I do love about your show, honestly, is you guys are interactive. You take the calls, you talk to the people. No other show does that.
Yeah, because you know why, Linda, right? Marianne, I'm sorry. Hey, hold on.
Listen, Linda.
Disclaimer.
Yeah, listen, Marianne, you know why? Because, listen, we just try to, this is like, we try to put angles to this. And we want you guys to react. This is what it's all about. This is engagement.
You're the only one to do it. You're the only one to do it.
And that's what we want. We want engagement. We want you to, when you see JFK, I want you to say Beetlejuice. I want you to remember me. I don't want you to, you know what I mean? I want you to know what we stand for. It's free Karen Reed. Unfortunately, we got to throw up our hands every 5 seconds to let everybody know we are on Karen Reed's side. I wouldn't go on Sean McDonough's podcast if I was against Karen Reed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, I know Karen Reed's innocent, but I'm just trying to understand, you know, is that by her not ever coming out saying that there was a fight that night, is that the reason why they're going at her neck? Like they're blaming
Well, she
her.
did speak
Like
up.
they're looking
She
at
did-
it. They're looking at it like this, Marianne. You started all this shit. You know what I mean? And now we're gonna put it on you. That's what it seems like to me. And unfortunately, no matter how you look at it, right? And I'm not. And like I said, I don't know if for a fact if she started all of it, but she definitely, you know, by talking to Higgins behind John's back, that could have been the reason for the fight. And I think that's the reason why they don't like her so much. And that's what I'm trying to understand. If she would have spoke up early on, would this go in a different route? That's all I'm saying.
She did speak up early on. Remember what she said to when she went to the police station? She said,
That was
you know,
120 days later.
Right. We're talking
oh,
about.
whatever. She did say it. They went shooting there to get the car, whatever.
Yeah, but she never mentioned Higgins.
She never. Yeah.
No, she didn't mention Higgins. I
Why
wouldn't
not?
mention Higgins.
But
She
why
didn't.
not? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you say? Why wouldn't you say that I text him? Like, so when you text him at 11:45 a.m., John died. It's
Right.
kind of
What-
like she's saying that I know you guys fought. John died over your bullshit. She didn't say John's dead. Oh my God, you wouldn't believe it. He basically was like, John died behind that drama you guys had. Like she knew. And when she got arrested 4 months later under indictment, she mentioned Brian A. and she mentioned Colin. But she never said, listen, I was talking to the dude Higgins, the ATF dude, this text message. Was she trying to save face? And is that the reason why her what do you call it? Paul doesn't really like her because he knows that, you know, maybe she could, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I don't want to freestyle off top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to start not rhyming words. I want to keep it clean. I don't want to sound, I'm just saying there's a lot of things that she could have done and she didn't. And now Hank Brennan, Beetlejuice, I'm sure is going to try to figure that out. And the question is he going to figure out a way to make this go away?
Yeah, I think that whole Higgins thing, she was just trying to make John jealous. That's what I think, because he was supposedly with the Sullivan girls, you know, with a whole Aruba thing. She was just trying
Marianne,
to make herself
let me
feel
ask you
better.
this. Marianne, since we
We
got you on
get
the
that.
phone. Hold on. Yo, James, I'm so sorry you can't talk. She can't hear you because I know you want to speak. So let me just speak for James, right? And thanks,
Yeah.
James. Listen, how do you think that made her feel in Aruba when he did that with that woman?
Oh, she was pretty pissed off, wasn't she?
You think she was sad?
Oh, yeah, she was mad as hell.
Right.
She was
And
insulted
it didn't
embarrassed.
matter, but he didn't think it was a big deal though, right?
Well, I don't know. He told her at one point, if you can't get over this, then you're going to have to leave.
But doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter the way he felt, right? It matters
doesn't matter the way he felt what he did.
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah, the way he feels about it or what he did, it matters the way she feels, right? It was fucked up for what he did, right?
Well, when you fuck up like that, you have to say you're sorry until the other person is ready to receive it.
So
That's just
two
how it
wrongs
is.
make a right.
So James just asked, two wrongs make a right. Mediocre chicken palm. James can't talk on the phone call. Believe me, I would love for him to speak. So, you know, chicken palm,
It's nothing.
Chicken
Nothing
palm's about
I
to get
would
blocked.
What
But
she
anyway,
said?
It's nothing
I don't
I
know,
would have done.
Well, hold on. I want to continue with that question. Hold on.
Oh.
So Karen, it doesn't matter what he did, right? I mean, the way he feels, she felt bad, right, from his actions, right?
Well, I don't know. I'm very empathetic towards people. I think that I do believe that John did feel bad. I do believe
Okay,
that.
so
There's
he
no
felt,
way he could.
but let's just say he didn't. Let's just say he didn't think it was a big deal what he did, though, right? Like I was just hanging out. I wasn't even, you know, we were flirting. You know,
Yeah.
we smoked the blunt, but that doesn't matter, right? Because she doesn't see it that way, right?
It goes back to what I said before. When someone feels betrayed or feels that you hurt them, you have to say you're sorry until they're ready to receive it.
Okay, so you just said you don't think that it was a big deal when she was talking to Higgins, right?
And to her, she
To
wasn't
her,
interested.
exactly.
Have you looked at him? Have you
But
looked at him?
but what do you think? But wait a minute. But does it matter what she feels? What do you think John felt?
Yes.
Well, at one point she had to tell him, right? She had to come clean to him. She had to tell John, I'm sorry, but, I was flirting with your buddy there. I was sending him messages.
But it doesn't matter the way but what I'm just trying to say is, right, we don't know how John took that. So when everybody keeps saying he did know at the Pats game, to read between the lines, he said, what are you trying to do? You kicking it with this dude, like you're being touchy feely with him.
I never heard that.
You're real.
Really?
Well, he didn't. I'm paraphrasing, but he
For
basically
crying out loud. You can't paraphrase in a trial.
because it's through the text. This is through it's through the text message. She was talking to Higgins, and she said that he said to her that, hey, what's up with you and Higgins? What, do you like him or something? So he kind of knew he had a hunch. Yeah, it's in the text messages.
Yeah, look it
right?
up.
So then Higgins was like, what? He knows? What do you mean he knows? I don't want no drama. You don't remember that part? What does he know?
No.
And she was like, I know where all the cameras are. Don't worry about it. He doesn't know.
Right.
She said all this stuff. So now I think he knew that she was being loose, but did he know that he went behind her back and got his phone number and she's the one that initiated this whole stuff? Now I understand Higgins pulled up to her when she was doing the weed whacker, but at the end of the day, she's the one that's got his phone number and got his number and called him and then said, hey, you should have stayed over after the Pats game because everybody fell asleep. And then he said in the text message, well, what if I would have stayed over and everybody was sleeping? She says, I'm 42 years old. I know what would have happened. She basically said we would have got it on.
Oh, I'm going to look into that, James. I never heard this. This is
yeah.
the first time.
So the question is, how much did he know? And I don't think that he knew all that. He just knew that they were messing around enough, being touchy-feely. But I don't think he knew all that. And that's the reason. Listen what I'm saying, Marianne, let me just say this. And that's the reason why she panicked when he wanted to go to 34 Fairview. Because she did not want him to buddy up with them and be friends with them and be bros over hoes, bros over girls, and her to be outed. So she went into a panic. And that's when them crazy text messages came through and all these different things. And she mentioned he was a pervert because she wanted to let him know, you're a pervert. Remember what you did in Aruba? You said that's like your little sister, but yet you was touching on her titties in the pool, you nasty prick, right? Part of my language, but I'm just saying, right? I don't mean to be vulgar, but hey, that's the way she was basically saying. And then she was letting him know that that's what you were doing. You were acting up. What's up, bro?
No, I'm saying exactly. Pervert sounds.
Yeah, the pervert, like, that was your little sister and you're all over her, right?
Well,
and now
I never put that. Couldn't figure out why she was calling him a pervert.
Well, there's the reason.
Yeah, you gotta go to Texas.
So there's the reason, right? And so now the reason why she's saying that, because she wants to let him know when Higgins tells you about these text messages, that's the reason why I did it. Because I was just checking my market value. I was just getting you back.
Yeah, that's what I believe.
Yeah, well, that's what happened, right? And guess what? That's why John died.
So where did you hear all this about the cell phone when that said he knew about it? And do you remember?
It's on the stand. It's on the stand.
It's in the transcript. Go to the text messages.
It's on the stand. Higgins is on the stand saying it.
Yes.
He's saying it. It's all in the text message, Marianne.
Believe me. He never said John knew, though.
No, they did.
John knew.
He knew enough. He didn't know it all, though. That's why I said laying on the grass, I can hear the snakes. I wish you would have told me he was feeling away. When he sent you that text, I seen the fear in your face. Then he texted me too. Then you drove away. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what he's saying. Like when he texts her at that bar, everybody's acting like, oh, we don't know.
Yeah.
On 2020, she said she looked down. Like, conveniently that Karen hold on. Disclaimer.
We believe she's innocent. This is just.
I don't know.
Listen, when she was on 2020, conveniently, she said she looked down at her phone and was looking at text messages that she hasn't seen the whole night. Now, what if that text message? Now, when he texts her in the bar, Higgins at 11:32, they were all in the bar together. Higgins, John, all together. So John's a cop, man. He knows when people are acting different. He could sense that shit from a mile away. That he's a cop. That's what he does.
All right.
That's
He's
what
in
they're trained to
Boston.
do. It's just instinct. He's a
Boston
Boston
cop.
cop. He knows when people are acting shady and they're hiding something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just
Yeah.
like me and James, we could have walked into CJ McCarthy's waterfall that night, and we would have known all them dudes were cops.
Yeah, and if she was looking at that text, John was looking at it too.
And that what I'm saying is, even if he didn't see it, he's seen the
He did.
fear in her face. He's seen that
Yeah.
the whole energy shifted.
Yo,
Then they got in the truck. Go ahead.
Do you think Higgins did it?
Do I think
I
Higgins? Do I think
think
Higgins
he was
did it?
involved. I think Higgins. I don't know who did it. I can't figure that part out. I mean, I can come up with a couple different scenarios on how it happened, but I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Seen right before they left the bar, and that makes me think, him, the way Higgins was behaving. Remember when he's saying, "Come on, out the door, let's go, you." And pretending
Yeah,
he's fighting.
I think he definitely has something to do with it. I think the fight started there, and that's what happened. Like I said, there's so many layers to it. And with that being said, I'm trying to get all the calls in, and that's my last one for the night.
Yeah.
And Marianne, I appreciate you calling. Call again. We'll do this again sometime. And
I will.
and I'm gonna it's 11 p.m. Everybody get some sleep, and I'll talk to you soon, Marianne.
All right, have a good night,
All
darling.
right, you too, sweetheart.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, everybody's passionate about this case, and everybody knows what they know, right? And everybody has their own opinion, and I totally respect it. I respect everybody's opinion, and I hope everybody in the chat enjoyed the show. This text message right here, I don't know how real it was. A lot of people saying it was fake. I don't know how real it was, to be honest with you. You guys tell me. Was this real? Was this fake? I don't know. I really don't know. But if things like this are real, or anybody sees them that's prosecuting the case, regardless they can use them or not, these are the things that I'm sure they're going to want to bring to the light to make sure absolutely clear. I mean, we all know that Karen Reed didn't do it. Disclaimer. We know she didn't do it. The question is, what is Hank Brennan going to do? Great show as always. Yeah, but Turtle Boy didn't do anything deserves. Okay, so disclaimer. Yeah, but Turtle Boy didn't deserve to do 60 days. That's the bottom line. He was set up. They got him on text message, a conspiracy with each other, and do well. Fake news. Let me tell you something, my man. Let me tell you something, bro. When you get put on bail, right, or even on a personal recognizance, and they tell you if you get arrested within 60 days, or if you violate this, you do that, you could be held up to 60 days. They tell you that. So they told him, yo, listen, you're being arraigned on this, but if something happens within a 60, if something happens, we can hold you for 60 days. So he didn't get the memo. I guarantee you now, he's on bail right now, right? I guarantee you now he would have punched that dude in the face, right? At CF McCarthy's, the dude that grabbed this girl, right?
Nah.
Hold on. But I'm saying he's on bail. He didn't punch him in the face, because if he would have punched him in the face, he would have violated his bail, right? And he would have went to jail. He knows better now. At the time, he didn't know better. So no, he didn't deserve to do 60 days. But I'm telling you, once you get caught up in the system, I mean, what did you think was going to happen? You think you're going to go on the internet and talk about the Mass State Police and not have them wanting to fucking arrest you?
Yeah.
What planet are you living on, fake news? That's why you ain't got a channel. And you're on everybody else's shit, because you're too scared to speak up.
Right.
So all I'm saying is, prayers for Turtle Boy. I hope he beats his case. I don't want to see the dude go to jail. But at the end of the day, this is what the police do. They find a way to fucking fuck your life up. Is that something new? That's breaking news? Where's that breaking news? That's breaking news where? At Marblehead?
Right. Call yourself fake news, but you got no news.
Man. I go by the name of J.F.K.
I go by the name of James Jackson.
If you haven't subscribed, subscribe again. If you already clicked us off, we already heard tonight that someone unfollowed us because they thought we was guilty. Disclaimer, disclaimer, disclaimer. Free Karen Reed. Read between the lines. And
see what they talk about. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten. Life keeps going by, please tell me why am I living? Poison in my mind, losing sight now with this blind vision. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten. Call 911, officer down, don't make a sound, there's an officer in the house. All I can feel is my phone vibrate. Wish you was here, not sitting at my place. Who let the dogs out? Someone close the gate. It's cold where the broken face, please Lord, not today. Laying on this grass, I can hear the snakes. Wish you would've told me he was feeling the way when he sent you that text. Seen the fear in your face, then he texted me too. Coming here, then you drove away. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten. Life keeps going by, please tell me why am I living? Poison in my mind, losing sight now with this blind vision. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten. And no matter where I go, I feel
Baby, I'm home, I'm home, I'm home.
Come on. Rainy days, rainy nights when the pain hit. Mental health fragile, don't let your brain flip. Had a child with your lady, never claimed it. She takes care of your son, huh? That's some lame shit. Hold on to dreams, don't let others see. They say they're sober, they fake recovery. I always reach out, can't see my brother bleed, but he don't wanna listen, rather run the streets. Chasing fame, such an entrepreneur. You ain't got that man's money, what you flaunting for? Nothing to call your own, now you wanting more. Now you in group chats, talking noise with your boys. Went from sipping Heineken, sipping on Stella. From boosting with the fellas, merchandise reselling. From a solid crew, now his man is telling. Having fetty babies from the shit they sell. Home is where the heart is, every day I'm in the zone. And no matter where I roam, I'm feeling right at home. I don't know my city, nothing, I take care of my own. And I rep my city everywhere that I go. Home is where the heart is, every day I'm in the zone. And no matter where I roam, I'm feeling right at home. I don't know my city, nothing, I take care of my own. And I rep my city everywhere that I go. Come on. Driving in the whip, light drip with the rain guards. Can't believe the same shit, yo. We came far, grew up on the same street, cut the same cars, call a spade a spade. We was made stars. DYS, home on the bed crunch. Walkman, super bass, make your head bust. Damn low sweater.
The doors out. Kick the cockpit door down. I am not the chosen one that you speak of. I am not. The only one.